Hello,
Ryan Gary,
Daniel Giesling.
what's going on?
Not much, man. What's the matter, you?
Hey, I just went down to New Jersey, picked up some gabagool. What about you?
You ever see The Sopranos?
I did see The Sopranos.
Whole thing, whole run.
Whole run.
No spoilers, please. I'm on season 1, episode 5.
Did you just start it?
Yeah, I started it on Sunday, I think.
Yo, and do you know anything about it? Or are you going in fresh?
I would say like 98% fresh. I know how it ends because it was like a big cultural event when it ended.
So that's the Peloton pump video of choice. So you're Pelotoning and sopranoing?
Yeah, it feels like, when you start like a long-term project, like you're redoing your bathroom or something. Instead of having to pick like a movie every day, I just hit next episode. I realize I'm kind of like pitching the concept of a television show to the audience right now. I don't know if you guys have heard of this medium.
I'm excited for you to go on the Sopranos journey. Can I tell you this? When Sopranos came out, I was in college and I was obsessed.
That's got to be perfect, man.
It's a little embarrassing, but I bought there's a Sopranos cookbook, and Wally has a. And I never told this to either Jamie or Robert because it's embarrassing. I bought the cookbook because I wanted to make Paulie Walnuts has like a breakfast egg dish with like spaghetti sauce in it.
Okay,
and,
yeah.
And I made it, and it's like the most Italian breakfast abomination. It's like you take an egg and you dump spaghetti sauce on it, but it's pretty good.
Dude, I can't even imagine like the aura in college. Sunday at like 8 p.m. You got the boys on the couch, like an 18-inch Sony Trinitron, and then it woke up this morning, got myself a gun.
It was a cultural event. My two roommates were really into it. Once it got going, they would make baked ziti. Like we learned how to make that. I'm not even joking, man. And
they don't know. The kids these days don't know there was no skip intro button back then. I'm simulating 1999. I'm never hitting the skip intro button. The artist put it in there for a reason. Same thing with the song over the end credits. I'm not skipping that.
This is probably a great game to play with your spouse. And like probably they would, if there was video game marriage counseling, this is probably it. Because we can't do this without talking to each other.
That's true.
There we go.
You ever think about that? I always think like every time I'm at an escape room, I'm like, this would be a perfect place to do like a group job interview.
No disrespect. You lost me at assuming I would go into an escape room. What have you been to multiple escape rooms?
I've probably done, if I had to guess, I've probably been to 3 or 4 escape rooms.
Your motive, like, don't they just lock the door and then like you have to get out, and until you solve the problem, you can't. They lock you in there.
Pretty much, yeah. The way
terrifying?
I would describe it is not scary at all. Like it's not like Saw. It's not like they lock you in like a reverse bear trap, and if you don't solve the puzzle, like it closes on your skull. Like you recognize this is like a business where you pay them in exchange for some entertainment.
Yeah, but they have like, and they don't let you out until you beat it, right?
Well, like if you had like a medical emergency, or if you were like, I would like to leave the room, I'm pretty sure they would let you out.
But isn't that terrifying? Like, so if you don't figure it out, you're stuck in that room.
Well, you're not stuck in the room because you could just be like, we can't solve it. Let me go.
Oh, I thought you paid, and like you paid to be trapped. Like, some people pay to do other stuff that's, make the majority of public may consider a little avant-garde, but no judgment.
You are. No, I'd have no idea what you're talking about.
You know what I mean? Like some people, like, have you ever seen, what's the show with the guy from the wine movie Sideways, and he pays to get hit?
Billions.
Yeah, I thought that's what like escape rooms were, except you're not getting hit, you're getting trapped.
You're never really feeling confined.
Okay.
It's just like I mean, it's not like a prison. They'll let you go if you want to leave.
But so there's like a safe word or something?
The safe word is please let me out of the room. I have stuff to do. I don't know what you're saying here.
There's not. Well, I think the issue is there's not many of them in Michigan, and the one that I see is normally in this like little town that I go to. They have an escape room there, and it says like adults only. So that's my only like exposure to an escape room. So I'm like, okay, if it's adults only, there's something going on there that's only for adults.
Well,
You know
I think
what I mean?
it's more like you would probably have a bad time if you like brought your 8-year-old to an escape room, because your 8-year-old would like derail the whole operation.
So is it like blueprints in real life?
Yes, I was going to use that as an explanation, like basically immediately before we started talking about like this S&M angle.
This is too personal. You can just say, can it? I don't think we've ever had the decision. Are you a vapor? Like,
no, not at all.
Like, what about the green stuff?
No, man.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you partook. Like, if you told me you partook, I wouldn't judge. I'd be like, okay, that's maybe where a lot of the bits come from.
Who do you think I'm like George Harrison, man?
I mean, I would think maybe like,
this inspiration just comes from being outside in this sick world, man. I don't need any kind of chemical assistance for that.
Well, I mean, like after a long week, with the family and, hanging out with the kids, it's like I could see you on the back porch with Affleck face, and then you get, oh, I got a little left over from the dispensary. Well, I will say this. I was getting my hair cut, and there was a vape shop just open next door, and she goes, yeah, I don't mind the vape, but they sell this kind of powder that's synthetic. And
Spice?
I go, I don't know what. No,
like Delta, what they call it, Delta 8 or something?
No, if you tell me the name, I'd never heard about it until this week.
Kratom?
Yeah, I'm like, Kratom. I'm like, what? That's God of War. And she tried to explain it to me, and I don't understand what it is.
I think it's isn't it like a stimulant that's made from the same leaf as the cocaine plant? There's another one, I think, called like kava or something. That's I might have it confused with, but.
Have you ever had Kratom?
No, man. No, I haven't had Kratom. What are you?
I don't know. Like, well, so like you seem more well versed in it. So why would someone take Kratom?
I think because it's like a drug with an effect that I think might be legal in the U.S.
Well, that's what you said. That it's not like there's no.
I think it's one of those things where like the government didn't go, hey, this drug is legal. It's like they just never legislated it out or something like that. So as a result, like, the market abhors a vacuum,
So so circle back, you're saying that you think escape rooms would be good for marriage counseling or for...
Oh, I think it's one of those things like if you tried everything else, maybe just like if your marriage is like one-tapped, you can go to an escape room. And it's just like you're either going to leave with like a little bit of rapport with your partner, or you're going to be like, that was the end. But at least we had some fun.
Okay, I'm with you. Did you learn anything about like... So you've been with, like, we know bear tapping, wife tapping. Have you been with like IRL friends that you learned anything about? Like, oh, I don't like this person anymore because they...
No, like, I feel blessed that I've never like been witness to an escape room crash out, but I can totally understand like how it can happen. I mean, if you have to remember that it's something like you signed up for, but if you lose sight of that, I can see how people would get stressed, because you'd be like, oh, this person's like not taking my feedback into account. Like, I don't feel like I'm being heard. Or you might be like, man, this person's like really stubborn, like they're leading even though their decision making is like really bad right now. You could become resentful or something. But
I'm gonna plan a group date night at an escape room now. You sold me on it. Sounds like, do you do like one a year?
I probably haven't done one since like 2019, but they're fun. I think you gotta know the vibe of the people you're inviting though. Like if one of them's on the rocks, you might wanna get a rain check. Because I think it'd be really uncomfortable if like one of your friends yelled at their spouse like 8 minutes into the 70-minute long escape room. That the vibes could be really, yeah, that's bad.
Bro, I'm telling you, I will always shoot you straight. So I've been playing half sword the demo. It is a great game, but literally I can't recommend it. It's Ryan, we've been playing games for decades. It's the only game I've ever played that turns you into a caveman.
Without being rude to the dedicated Half Sword fan base, but whenever I see like what chat posts during Half Sword, I can't help but think that it's like the people who would like park their car next to a used car dealership and watch the green tube guy dance and be like, look at that! Look at that! Did you see that movie just did? Look at that! That's crazy, man! You never know what this guy's gonna do. He's flailing around like crazy, man.
But you don't think there's like simplicity in the eye of beauty with that? It's like you could turn into that stream, no one has to say anything, and you know what's going on.
I think from like an industry standpoint like that, I definitely understand what you're talking about. I don't know, man. There's just something about it that, for me personally, I don't get the appeal.
Got it. You know, and I think that's the great thing about games is because I genuinely
you don't get the bizarre. I understand.
Yeah,
that.
I feel the same way, and it's like I'm trying to think of like the analogy of like I think the people that like bizarre are probably the people that like go to an art gallery and it's like a monkey like threw paint against the wall and they're like, look at the impressionism. It's just incredible. And
right.
I
You're saying like bizarre heads have college degrees and interface with media in like a nuanced and layered way. And half sword heads are probably at like the monster truck rally, which is fine. I'm glad that they both exist in different states.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say like it's college degree dependent, more like trying to make something out of something that's not. Because realistically speaking, and I know we're on different sides.
So your opinion on art is that the artist is in their studio and they're going, how can I trick people into thinking I got something to say? They spend their whole career they're just thinking about ways to trick unsuspecting people that are going to art galleries into thinking that this picture has meaning.
Well, I will say this: the best artists are the best marketers, because I think they're you know if someone genuinely has talent, you just do. But I don't know how I saw it. It showed up on some feed. Someone sold a duct tape banana to a wall for over $1 million.
Yes.
And those are the type of people that like the bazaar and be like, oh, look at the degradation of the banana peel. It means something more.
Okay, but a couple of things. We're talking about it. That's artful. And it doesn't make you think? A banana duct tape to a wall doesn't make you think?
It makes me think, what idiot bought this for $1 million?
That's art, man. That's art. That's art.
No, art to me is like you see
art to you is like, wow, that painting really looks like fruit. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Wow, you've replicated the fruit so nicely.
No, like who's the dude that has like everything he paints looks like flattened pizzas? I like that. I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I like it.
I think that might be Salvador Dali.
Yes.
Okay.
I like that. And then also,
what do you like about it?
Because I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at, but I like that it all looks the same.
You know what? I think it's a surprisingly trenchant observation.
Because like he's doing different things, but they're all flattened pizzas. You know, but
I think they're all clocks, right?
Well, it's in the eye of the beholder.
Pizzas are already like really flat. Usually.
But they're like, these are like extra flat. But
no offense,
it's
Chicago. That's why I forgot. Yeah.
Chat told me the other day about an artist that you put in your title, and I'm like, I never heard of who's Georgia O'Keeffe.
Yeah, I think you thought she was one of the members of Outkast.
Yes, but then I looked up. I'm like, okay, this is art because she did this in like the 40s when like there wasn't that kind of stuff. And my question to chat was, and maybe you can answer being a Georgia O'Keeffe fan, back then when people didn't think like that, were the people buying the art, did they know, or I thought she was tricking them to buy art?
Trolling them, surprise, you'll never guess what that mountain looks like.
Because you got to think, man, back in the 40s, and Leave It to Beaver times, like a husband and wife didn't sleep in the same bed.
After they bought the Georgia O'Keeffe painting, they were like, just promise me you'll never turn it sideways.
But I'm serious. In the time when she did that, did people know what they were buying?
Yeah, I think so, man.
Did she ever talk about it?
Probably. I'm just gonna level with you. I don't really know anything about art.
But you know about Georgia O'Keeffe.
I know that she's a person who painted pictures that looked vaginal. Yeah.
How do you know that though?
I don't know. How do you know anything, man? You hear it some point and then it just stays in your brain.
Do you know the story what is the story with the duct tape banana, by the way? I just know that.
I think my understanding is that one of the reasons it's like an enduring piece of art is because it inspires conversations about what art is.
And to you, if you were to first grade what art is, like you've met my kids, if you were to tell them what art is, what would you tell them?
I think people they've spent their entire life's work trying to define it and encapsulate it in a certain way. I think one definition of art is an encapsulation of meaning in a different form. Like the encapsulation of an idea in maybe a visual form or an audio form or a written form that is, it becomes an object of record, I guess. That's an inelegant way to describe one way I think about art.
So having meaning in something that is not traditionally meaningful.
Well, it could be traditional because I think, you know, like writing can be art, conversation can be art.
Is this game art?
I think it has to be, right? And moreover, I think us playing this game is a different kind of art.
Wait, are you being serious or are you memeing right
I'm being serious.
Because we're bringing meaning to what?
Because what we're doing is not what the game is doing. We're using the game as a way to create a different kind of meaning. Like what we're doing is like a photograph of a painting. And you might say, well, that's not art because the painting already existed. Yeah, but like that's to ignore the photographer, man. And the technology that's being interfaced with, and the lighting, and the timing, and it's all. Maybe everything is art. Everything created is art.
So you're saying two other dudes who are playing this game are not going to interact with us the same way we are,
right?
In the same medium, in the same everything. So therefore, this is art.
Yeah, I think that's one way to think about it for sure.
It's kind of deep. That means then, like, everything you do is art. How you step on grass and bend the blades is art.
Driving is art. Yeah.
That's kind of wild.
That's the way I think of it. All the world's indeed a stage, and we are merely players, man. Like, if I was a painter, I'd be one of the ones doing the fruit. Because my fundamentals are like, there's no abstract impressionism or anything like that. Like, it's all by the book. Yeah, exactly.
So when you're smooth driving and someone comes by and gives you the digit, you become less of an impressionist and more of a postmodernist?
That's where the pizzas get flattened, I'd say.
But how you handle that could be considered art.
Absolutely, yeah.
How do
you know what? They give me the finger. You know what I say? That's art criticism.
Okay, that's fair. But here's the thing: what if their car's all banged up, meaning they've gotten multiple accidents that day? Are you going to listen to someone who hasn't been in the arena?
Or do they have maybe more authority on recognizing bad driving because they've been in a lot of car crashes?
Well, I guess in that case, if someone in chat is telling you how to stream, is that art?
I think it's art, but it's an art that I don't want to interface with.
Hold on, I'm not ready. I'm laughing too hard. Sorry. That was hands off the mouse.
No, that was a new PB. That was art, man.
Do you think, all right, realistically speaking, do you think you've ever walked by an alien in your life?
No.
Do you think you've ever walked by a serial killer in your life?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
But definitely higher chances than an extraterrestrial undercover. But you think about that sometimes, you know? So I've been thinking about, like, you get 100 people in a room. Like, we were at a school performance last night. And I was like, wonder how many of these people have paid their taxes, because yesterday was tax day.
Okay.
There's got to be, you know, maybe 150, 200 people in here. Betting 12 to 20. That tax file is still not quite submitted yet.
Do you get in trouble for that, or do you just file an extension?
They would probably. I mean, I don't know if we do extensions up here. That's one of the things it kind of blows my mind about the IRS is that, like, it seems like every American files an extension.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say every. This is the
every
first year
every streamer I know asks for an extension.
But here's the thing: you just put the numbers on the spreadsheet. It's really not that hard.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Like,
especially because I have, like, an accountant that does it for me. But he gets on my case, man.
What does he get on your case?
Well, he's like, give me a receipt for this. Hey, we claimed this last year. Did you have that this year? And I'm like, yeah, buddy, but, like, mind your own business.
I got a guy. Well, I got a guy, but it's not. It's a girl. We just moved accountants, and I was driving with my kids, and I had her on speakerphone. And when I got off the call, my youngest son goes, "Dad, why is she mad at you?" I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "She called you a fool and a clown." And I go, "Well," "It's April 14th. You know, she's really stressed out. She's got a lot of clients." And I go, "I pay her because she's an expert. And he goes, do you pay her to say those mean things about you? I'm like, kind of in
Pretty
a way.
much, yeah.
Because like she was saying like something that I was doing, well, not hypothetically that I was doing, that could be, you know, a red flag. I said, well, okay, well, let's fix it then. She's like, well, you can't do that anymore. I'm like, I won't. That's why I hired you. But I didn't know. But I mean, it's like I trust her to tell me what to do and not do. You know, and that's
you want them to be like, you don't want them to be like, get it over whenever you got it. You know? Yeah. Because then you'll never send it. I feel like switching accountants is crazy. I feel like I got to stay with like my accountant until one of us dies. So I'm like, I don't want to rebuild all that stuff from the ground up. I don't want to get a new accountant and he's going through the files the old accountant did and going like, what the hell did this guy do? Holy cow, you're in a lot of trouble.
Well, that's why I had to do it, because, I mean, I don't want to put anyone on blast, but the old accountant, I mean, I probably shouldn't. I'll tell you offline.
All right.
Oh, but anyway, so off the account, I have to tell you this because it was such a rare. Hold on, don't push this one. Let's just do one at a time here. It was such a rare and it's such a rare feeling.
You said don't push this one. Let's do one at a time, which is what we had already been doing for the first two hammers.
Sorry, that's on me. And there's like a little main street, you know, it's nothing crazy, but it's nice in Michigan. So all the restaurants, they got the tables outside, but it's close to the road, right? So on Main Street, people drive like 15 miles an hour, like pretty slow. You know, it's just a nice little quiet area. So the restaurant was like pretty crowded, and all of a sudden down Main Street, an F-250, which if you're not in the US, it's like not just a truck, it's like a huge truck. And then it didn't have mufflers on it, and he like smoked the whole Main Street. So it literally shook buildings, going, and everyone in the restaurant, all the waiters, everyone was like,
everyone clapped.
Like, everyone was like disturbed. It's like everyone's having a nice time, and then this guy, you know, run through. And I've never done this before in my life, but everyone looked so distraught. I stood up in the restaurant and I go, don't worry, everyone. He's not overcompensating. And everyone
you didn't though.
Everyone started laughing and clapping. I'm like, this is my first real life +2. I've never had anything like this. And it was incredible because it was like, I don't really know what that feels like on Twitch. But in real life, I get why stand-up comedians do it now.
Here's what I take it as. You made, no disrespect, you made an obvious joke, perhaps the most obvious joke. But
come on, that's like a second tier. It's not.
What's the most obvious joke? You stand up and go like, well, that wasn't annoying at all. Like that's.
I mean, that's a tier 1 joke, right? Like that's a grass level joke. At least I had that was like my joke was dirt level. No.
Okay, but no? You know, I think you're getting a laugh premium on it because you had the confidence to do it.
Well, the thing is, when I said it, I didn't say it looking for a +2. I just said it because I wanted people
but you stood up,
distracted.
Right? Like.
Yeah, but I was just getting. People were shook. I'm like, I just want to calm these people down. Like I was at most thinking like a giggle, but not like laughing loud round of applause type laughter.
How good did that feel though?
Hey, but I sat down and I told my wife, I go, they're not gonna believe this. She goes, what? I go, that's a real life +2. She goes, what are you talking about? I'm like, but so you think that's an obvious joke?
Yeah, but I think that the obvious jokes can hit sometimes. No, you ever see like the stand-up comedians when they get heckled? Like the go-to joke is like, you know, I'm at work. I don't come to the blank sucking factory and knock the blank out of your mouth. And then the whole audience is like, whoa, that's only like the 100th time I've heard a comedian say that in this exact situation. But they laugh anyway.
I've never heard that joke, but it's pretty good.
Really? I thought that was like that's the classic like heckler reply.
I'm gonna go to your job and suck the suck out of you.
No, man. No.
But okay, so then give me this. What's a better joke to tell in that scenario? Or what would you have said besides "Don't say nothing"?
That is what would have happened if I had to stand up and say something.
Yeah.
I don't think you did the wrong thing. I think you got to give the people what they want, and you succeeded at it. So I think I'm not that kind of guy. You know, like at a movie, sometimes during the trailers, like somebody wants to be the main character of the movie theater.
Yeah,
they'll
that's
say
the worst.
Yeah, they'll go like, "That looks good." Not. I'm more the kind of guy where I whisper like in my wife's ear. I'll be like, "That doesn't look good."
But to me, that's a grass level joke. That's not dirt, right? Like no one was ever gonna laugh at that.
So dirt is the worst tier.
No, like if you're going like surface level grass, and then you don't want to say grass because anyone could say grass jump. One level lower, like grass level joke, anyone can say those, right? Dirt puts a little bit of thought into it, but it still reaches the masses.
Well, honestly, I think sometimes the time is right for a joke that might be like a little obvious, but it still is like we should have rotated this. My bad. That's like a people pleaser. Like well, you know what the number one annoying thing for me at a restaurant is when and you might be this guy, I don't know. It's when somebody breaks a glass and then somebody is like, it's my turn to clap and say like "Opa" or something like that.
Okay, I want you to think of how long you've known me.
Yeah.
And I need your definitive answer.
Okay, I don't think you would be the clapper because I think you would think that it would make the staff feel more self-conscious, and I don't think you would want them to feel that way.
Thank you, because when you said I don't know if you'd be, I would never like. To me, that is grass, right? Like a grass joke. Well, you don't. When someone breaks a glass, what do?
I'd mind my own business, I guess.
Yeah,
unless it was like really close, in which case I'd be like, "Hey, well, there's a piece right here."
See, here's what I would expect you to do. If you're at a movie and someone said like a grass level joke,
you know what? Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
If I heard a glass break and I was at a Jewish wedding, you know what I'd say? Mazel tov. My blessings to the bride and groom. Thank you for inviting me.
I'll give
That's
you a
what I would
plus to
say.
it. Okay, but if you're at a movie theater and someone like tries to be the main character and says something unfunny and no one really laughs, I could see you then plus twoing the whole
trying to get
audience.
one up on them.
Yes, because then you'd be the hero and you would make everyone laugh.
Because you know what? I saw Ad Astra in theaters, and then when the movie ended, like a 18-year-old kid who was sitting in the row behind us was like, that was a waste of time. You know what I should have done? I should have said, yeah, like listening to you just now was also an even bigger waste of time.
I just spit a what? Did you say that or
no,
you did not?
No, but if I could get a time machine, I think this one, I'm going to try to stay on the back of mine while you come in, and then I'm gonna jump and you should come down as I fall.
Okay.
So you'll like jump and push me, I'll go to the back of mine. Right before you land, I'm gonna try to fall. Oh, you know what? Yeah, raise it up. Ah!
Groban.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, jump.
Nice.
Huge.
The Groban was the difference maker.
I stole that from Chad.
I was gonna say it
had the feeling like the makings of a Chad idea. It was like out of nowhere. I was like, what if we tried this mechanic we haven't used since we learned it in the tutorial?
But that's what I respect about you. Every now and then you'll take something from Chad and you'll give him credit. That's why your ELO is above 600.
I don't want to talk about that, man. It just bums me out.
What?
I'm here to talk about Rampart, okay? I'm not.
Me too. I'm just talking about I know your ELO is above 600. How are we gonna? Do you think we're gonna double bounce this?
Here's what I'm thinking. We'll go on 3, 2, 1, jump, land on the bouncer, the candy apple.
Okay.
Bounce once and go. Bounce once and go. So like you bounce, we jump, land, it'll bounce us straight up, I'm assuming. Tank the first bounce straight up. Then when you bounce the second time, go to the next one. 3, 2, 1, go. Tank it and then go. Tank it again, tank it. We're out of sync. I'm gonna try to get us. What's that? What's going on, man?
Yo, we can do it.
Why'd you come to my candy apple?
Panic.
We had a good thing going.
Sorry. All right. I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, it pulled me over to yours.
Okay, it's okay. We can save.
Okay.
Right.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, now go. This we can save this. We can save this.
Yeah.
Let's just try to get in sync somehow. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh.
Sorry, I left early. I left
Oh,
early.
wait. Okay, ready? We'll
Okay,
go.
we're
We'll
back.
go.
Wait, what?
Why are you coming to my side?
What do you say when you go? When you say go, I'm going.
But why are you coming to my side?
Because I see your arm stretching.
We're building a xylophone, man. We're building a xylophone.
Okay.
And then go. Okay.
Just take it.
I'm sending it. I'm sending it.
Go. Flatten.
Oh.
All right, hold on. We're not at a checkpoint, so we got to dial here. Oh.
The only thing I'll say about kid breaks other kid's camera with an airsoft gun is that that's kind of sick.
Whoa, hold on. Go a side view.
That's your thumbnail?
Rennie X, get that one. All right, here we go.
How do you like that? This looks like something out of Hannibal now.
Oh, that looks like
Billions.
unicorn hoofs. All right.
I think the Family Feud's pretty good.
It has to be the easiest game show to win, don't you think?
Oh, dude. I mean, Wheel of Fortune is pretty easy. I think that you can sum up the state of like modern society with the fact that if you come third on Jeopardy, you win $0. And they don't even pay for your flight and your hotel, I think. So you're probably down like maybe $1,000 just getting there. And then like on Wheel of Fortune, if you come in third, you win all the money that you've accrued. So you could win like 20 grand by coming in last place.
Wait, why is Jeopardy so low budget? They don't fly the contestants
Because it's a real meritocracy, man.
What about the appearance fee? There's got to
You
be
make
some
it. You make it up on the show, bro, or don't show up. You don't got confidence in yourself. Don't do the audition. Don't do the quiz.
Yeah, but you're giving your name, image, and likeness to Alex Trebek.
Well, you know how it goes. What are you gonna do? Play hardball with Sony Pictures Television? You're gonna be like, I want my cut. They'll be like, we got 10,000 nerds waiting in the wings, man.
Well, brother, when CBS called Post Traders, that's exactly what I did.
Well, yeah,
I said,
you got some leverage.
You got some
leverage.
One of those nerds. Yeah, but here's the thing: if you got an 8 billion IQ and you go play Jeopardy, they should pay for that. At least a little, like maybe not just get you there and put you up in like the Best Western.
It is kind of crazy they don't pay for your travel.
I know you've applied. Have you ever heard back or a casting call or anything?
Nothing, man. I think it's because I didn't know that Kendrick Lamar's real name was Duckworth, and they said, well, this guy is like, he's not like us. When the show not like us, man.
Chad, you can give him a +2 for that one. But no, but like you've never got a call back?
Never a call or an email.
Here's that's the state of the world right now. Is like you got a guy who, if you're on the episode, it's going to be the highest rated episode they've ever had.
That's definitely not true, but I take your point.
Why in chat, if you're in NL's chat, if you would watch the Jeopardy episode that Ryan's on? And
Yeah,
in chat,
but
if no.
I'm pretty sure they had like more viewers for like the Ken Jennings run.
No. Okay, hold on. I don't have your chat pulled up. Chat, how many people are watching Ryan right now? It's called 12,000. 12. More people are watching you right now than the last episode of Jeopardy.
Not true.
I can
man.
promise
Not
you.
true. I bet the last episode of Jeopardy had 5 million viewers.
You zero chance. Librarian, zero chance.
You don't think 1 in 60 Americans is watching Jeopardy?
I think there's a couple 100,000 people that watch.
No way.
And I'm saying no more than 300,000. 300,000 is like their Super Bowl.
I think you're underestimating the appeal of Jeopardy, man.
Bro, no one's watching. I'm telling you, no one's watching.
You're insane, man. Like, it's just that your country has 350 million people and the channel is over the air. Now, if we're talking Gen Z in particular, I don't think Jeopardy's like the #1 show. I bet more Gen Zers are watching Jeopardy than Wheel of Fortune.
Let's just say you're true. So you think it's 5 million people watch? If in some bizarre world that 5 million people watch Jeopardy every single night, there is no reason to not pay for someone's flight and hotel.
I couldn't agree. Well, there's one reason. Free market.
What?
They got a never-ending line of contestants coming out paying their own way.
If you're getting like 5 million an episode, Big Brother. I mean, I know it's apples to not app to zero cord apples. You're telling me more people watch Jeopardy than Survivor?
I would think that the answer is no, but I think there's different things to consider. Survivor's on once a week. The seasons are more like eventful, whereas Jeopardy's on every day and it's kind of evergreen.
I mean, if you, I'm going to look up the numbers after this. My mind will be blown if more than a couple 100,000 people watch Jeopardy.
I'll tell you, it's definitely more than a couple 100,000 people. That's like 1 in 100 Americans or something. There's no shot, man.
I mean, I could call 100 Americans on my phone right now, and none of them are going to watch Jeopardy.
Well, you could probably call 100 Americans who watch Jeopardy too.
Like, let me ask this: if you called 100 random phone numbers in your phone, how many people watch Jeopardy?
They're not random if they're in my phone, dude. This is the problem with this is Nate Silver's problem, man. If they're in my phone, it's not random. It's a biased sample.
Wait, Nate Silver from Ted Lasso? I don't think you watched Ted Lasso.
If you called 100 landlines in the U.S., I bet you would get at least 7 Jeopardy viewers.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. And I know you're not going to endorse this, but
00000000000. Okay, excuse me. Did you watch Jeopardy last night?
I just typed in a random phone number.
Okay, you're calling right now.
Yes.
Put him on
Do you
speaker.
want me to mute it? Okay.
Wait, I should take my phone out of my pocket just to see if you're calling me.
Wireless. Your call cannot be.
Okay, hold on.
The number you have reached has been disconnected.
What?
What are the odds, man? What are the odds?
The number you.
No one has phone numbers anymore?
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
That's it. I'm calling someone I know that I haven't talked to in a long time.
That's probably safer.
All right, here's who I'm gonna call. I went on.
Call Jamie Lynn Siegler and see if she's. Oh.
Do you want me to? All right, I will.
No, I don't think you should. I think in that case, I would recommend texting.
No, I'm gonna call her.
That's crazy.
You told me to call.
I'm gonna get in trouble.
All right, I won't. So I went on when I was 20, I went on a scholarship vacation to Italy, and I haven't talked to any of those people in 20 years. So I'm gonna call one of them with no context.
It's crazy you have them in your phone, and you remember their names.
Oh, I don't. Her name's in the phone.
Oh, this is. Hello.
Hey, is Megan there?
Yeah, this is.
Megan, what's going on? This is Dan Giesling. How are you?
Dan, it's so funny. I have you in my phone I was like, I wonder if this is a butt dial because I would talk to you in so long.
I know it's been a long time, but I do have to preface this. But this call is being broadcast in front of like 1,000 people, so I don't want to make you feel awkward. But I just have a random question for you. Oh, real quick, are you doing well? Is life good?
I am doing well, yes.
Okay, this is really important, and I just want you to be honest. When is the last time you have watched an episode of Jeopardy?
Oh my gosh.
No, last night.
Probably 20 years.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Megan. I am gonna when I'm not in front of people, I'll call you. But it's nice to hear your voice, and I'll call you later on. I just can't talk right now.
No problem. Sounds good.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. So there's your couple 100,000 people that watch Jeopardy.
What's it like to be you, man?
What do you mean?
If I called someone I hadn't talked to in 20 years that would just happen to be in my phone, they would be like, "Why the hell are you calling me?" No, I can't talk right now. Like, what are you talking? You tried just calling me randomly on like a Thursday. They pick up with a smile on their face, saying stuff like, "I was just thinking about you 20 years later."
Bro, some of us are Richard Card, and some
It
of us are
doesn't work
Richard
like
Dawson.
that in the real world, man. You got something's going on here.
No, man. I mean, you just I don't know. I'm not saying you're Richard Karn, but
That's aura. You're absolutely right, Chad. That's aura.
I don't know. I mean,
There wasn't even like an on the pickup either.
what do you want me to say, man?
I don't know. I just want you to recognize
Okay.
that that's not how it works for most people. Okay.
I've never really thought about that, but I will now, because the only way I contextualize that is the same way you can just say that Richard Karn was in these 3 movies during this time and this music was playing in this scene. So I will accept my fact of aura. You want
to swap? You want to swap for a minute? You want to try it on?
All right, let's get this jump in.
All right.
Nice. Okay.
This remind you of anything? There's a hammer too, huh?
Hold on. All right, hold on. All right.
All right, 3, 2. I don't know. I don't like this one. 3, 2, 1, go, and just keep sending. Oh!
Nice. No, we gotta go. Oh, nice.
No! Oh, checkpoint. Oh, okay. Okay.
Chat, he just Wilhelmed. I think if you were to take the audio map, the audio waves of the actual Wilhelm
Hey, buddy. It's Wilhelm. It's Wilhelm.
I think you hit.
You leave the trivia to me, okay? If we need to talk to a host at a restaurant or something like that, or like the gate agent at the airport, I'll take a step back. But as we're talking about trivia, I gotta step in. More hammers.
Hammer me.
Oh.
Speaking of hammers, did you have a tough time getting a Switch too?
I would say that we had a tough time. Yeah. Like, so Kate and one of our friends, they were like in Messenger 9 p.m. Pacific because a lot of the drops happened at midnight Eastern. So they were like sharing, like the Walmart page is up right now. Oh, this one's not going to be live till like 6 a.m. tomorrow. You know, like rumors come out. Oh, the Costco page is, if you click on this link, this special link that came via email, you can access the store page like a little early. So we struck out on the 9 p.m. ones. Okay. And then on the 9 a.m. ones, I had I got one with the 9 p.m.s, but then they canceled the order. 9 a.m., I placed 2 orders. One of them got canceled.
Okay.
So I got one, and then I think Kate managed to place 2 or 3 successful orders. But we don't know. We don't know yet because there's not going to be confirmation until like launch day.
So you're just hoping one of the handful comes in.
Ideally, we're hoping 2. But let me explain it to you, because people crungo the bit because they were trying to buy multiples, but because I bought multiples, it made it harder for them to get multiples. We're in a 2-person household where both of us stream, so we want 2 Switch 2s. We had a third conspirator on Messenger with us who didn't get one, so a third Switch goes to him.
Yeah.
And then if the 4th one comes through, we're going to give it to Apollo. Because Apollo was not able to get one with the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, chat. How do you like that, chat? You don't have to explain it to me, brother. If you wanna buy 200 Switches and go bathing in them, hey, who am I to judge? Oh!
My bad. I went too fast.
So, can I tell you my scenario?
Can I guess your scenario?
Yes.
Woke up the morning after the pre-orders had all happened, and everyone was talking about Switch 2, but you weren't aware that they were going to go live for pre-order at that time, and then going to like bestbuy.com and trying to get one, and then being surprised that it said sold out.
Well, how did you have to get the websites right too, man? You could have said games. How did you know? Why did you know I went to Best Buy?
GameStop's a little bit more like, you know, like at Best Buy, you're like, I'm shopping for technology. At GameStop, you're like, you know, we all know what I'm here for.
So let me ask you this: if you go out to eat with a new couple, like you and Kate go out, or you know,
new couple, like we don't know them that well, or new couple like they just started dating?
No, like new couple you don't know. Like they're married, maybe you met them through school, you know, like your kid's school.
Okay, yeah.
But you like them, you guys get along. Oh, we should go out to dinner sometime. You go out to dinner, it's a nice dinner. Check comes.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
First meal, separate
Yes.
checks. Yeah, but I also, info, that's more common. I know it's accepted in the US, but it's much more common in Canada for sure.
Okay.
Like,
What
there's
do you
never been
do?
a situation where I've been at a restaurant and they're like, we don't do separate checks. They just, they do it almost by default up here.
Okay. What do you do if they take the check and say we got it?
I protest once, and then
Okay.
if they insist, I abstain. I move to the side and I say, we got the next one. We'll get you back next time.
What is the level of your protest?
I'm not gonna get in a fight over it, but I'll be like,
like-
no, like, let's split it, or we'll give you cash. And if they're like, no, it's no problem, I'm like, okay, we got you next time.
I think you solved a big dilemma.
This is not just like an Asian thing, but I go through it a lot with my extended family, like my in-laws. So I've definitely I've done some smooth maneuvers in my life. My brother-in-law never lets me pay for anything. You go out to brunch ever. You go out to brunch with the whole family. So I'll pull a move like this. Hey, I just got to go to the bathroom. On my way to the bathroom, roll up to the desk and be like, hey, I want to pay for our table. And then you pay for it. And then you sit down at the table, nobody's the wiser. And then someone's like, oh, he's like, we'll take the bill. And they're like, oh, it's already covered. And then he goes, yeah, you got me.
That is duck smoke. But why? In Asian culture, is that, should you not pay, or what's the tip? Like, what's the...
You fight over the bill. Like, it's, you won't let anybody else pay for the bill.
Got it.
To the point,
So-
like, you could, well, yes, I should say, oldest pays. And then, like, in Korean culture, there's, like, a lot of, it's age-based, but then also, like, the oldest son is also, like, there's a lot of pressure heaped upon the oldest son.
So it'd be disrespectful to the family if you know, the oldest son doesn't grab the check.
He might take offense to someone that's younger than him saying, I'm more capable to pay the bill than you, which is an unspoken message of grabbing the bill. But our culture is not really like that. I feel like North American culture is more like you'd split everything down to like and I feel like it's also silly, but in the opposite direction, that people are like, well, I wouldn't even split the bill in half, even with my best friend. I would make sure that it's fully itemized down to the molecule. Like, oh well, I had 8 of the mozzarella sticks and you had 6, so I'll give you an extra $1.75 for that part of the bill. Like, it's just, that's too far.
So let me ask this: if you were to, you go out to eat with your family, your extended family, and you say, let's split it, is that the worst thing you could do?
Yeah.
Because that's...
The worst thing you could probably do is say, you pay for this. Because then you've given them an obligation, but robbed them of the honor of volunteering. But the other thing would be like, we'll all pay for ourselves. I feel like that would be like, that's the last time we're ever going out to eat together.
Okay.
And Chad's talking about it, I did see a story online that was like an American guy working in the Netherlands. And he was like, every time I go out to eat with my coworkers, like, they make me Venmo them like the exact amount of like whatever I ate on their bill was. And then one time, one of them invited me over for coffee, Had a good time, had a nice conversation. When I got home, there was a 75-cent Venmo request for the cup of coffee that I had from their house. And I don't know if that's real, but that's crazy to me. That's insane.
That's wild. But when you pulled the old, hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom routine, paid the bill, that is the only acceptable way for you to pay the bill, because and it's also after you've been like leeching thousands of meals off your brother-in-law.
You can fight for it, but I'm a fight for it once, and if they say no, we got it, then I'm like, I just say thank you.
Okay.
But if I want to pay for it, I have to weather like 6 protests. I have to be like, no, we got it. It's okay. It's okay. We got it. You got the last one. We got it.
Got it.
And then they might still try to like sneak like a few 20s like into your cup holder when you're in the house. They'll be like, I just have to go out and do something. Then you're driving home and you're like, son of a.
But see, that's a much more pleasant experience than splitting every molecule.
I think so. I prefer it a little bit more holistic. And I think it depends on where you're at in life too. But like if you want to keep score, you can keep score on a variety of things, right? Like you can keep score down to the dollar, make sure it's even. Keep score down to like who ate the most and make sure that it's fair. But then you got to consider, you know, the financial standing of everybody at the table. Like, is it fair that the person that's working a minimum wage job is paying the same amount for their burger that you're paying, even though your parents gave you like a $10 million inheritance? Like, that doesn't seem fair to me. Like, it depends how you want to slice it, right? So I kind of like, I consider that when you draft up an agreement like that, I like to leave a little bit of wiggle room in there, a little bit of liquidity, just to lube it up.
And what's the liquidity in this case?
It's, you know, I don't worry about the fact that maybe your appetizer was $18 and mine was 12. Like, we enjoyed our meal. We had as much as we wanted to have. Everyone ate till they were full, and the company was nice. So we'll split the bill accordingly, or today you, tomorrow me.
Well, I feel like that is the normal baseline of enjoyment and how most people are. I feel that the check splitters I feel like that's the outlier, at least in Michigan.
I think as you get older too, people become more like laissez-faire about it. Like when I was in college, it was like, you know, here's the bill. Your beers were 50 cents more, and we had 10 of them. So you should be putting 5 extra in the pot.
Because why aren't you drinking Busch Light like the rest of us?
That dude decided he wanted to get the imports instead of the domestics.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. But I'll be honest, I have a hard time accepting someone taking the bill.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I really do, because it's like, I don't know why, but I feel like the older brother all the time.
It doesn't bother me at all.
But I think I'm gonna take your warpath though. Like you say, offer it up, but then after I offer it up, I keep offering up. I'd never reduce to say, hey, I got it next time, and then actually, you know what I mean? I think that gives me the out to be okay with it, because then I will get it next time.
So if someone pays for your dinner, do you feel like there's something imbalanced in your ledger?
I feel like
you're like, we have to make plans for the next dinner so that I can pay and get it off the books.
Not that I have to, but I want to, if that makes sense. Like, I don't owe them, but that's a huge gesture, and I'm like, that was really nice. So I'm not just gonna take your niceness and keep slurping it up without returning it. Can
I say that I think it also depends, because there's a big difference in like 4 adults going out for dinner, and then like you and your kids, you know, a sibling and a sibling's kids, and both grandparents are there, and maybe like one of the grandparents' siblings is there too, and they bring like a couple cousins or something like that. So you're out with like 4 adults and you get a bill. You're like, okay, no big deal. But then all of a sudden you're paying for like 12, 13 people all of a sudden, and you're like, I'd like to do this again.
Well, that's a good thing about the Disney cruise, man. I really like that took that element out of it, because otherwise I would have been taking bills. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure.
But also, there's some people at the table sometimes that want to be splitters.
Ah, okay.
You know, like I can tell in their face they want to split.
Well, the people who order the cheapest stuff always want to pay for what they ordered, which I think it makes sense. But like the way the way I would look at that, if I have a rapport with the people that we're eating with, and like what Kate and I ordered, let's say it came to like 50, 60 bucks Canadian, and what they ordered came to like 30 bucks Canadian, I would be like, don't even sweat it, we'll just cover it. You guys ate you split an appetizer and an entree, and then we had an appetizer and 2 entrees. Like, you guys are good. Don't even worry about it.
I'm with you, because I feel like, and then you suck all of any awkwardness out of the room by making that move, for sure.
Yeah, because there's an element of like, it's not that you don't care. It's more like I had a feeling that was gonna happen. But it's more like you're like, there's more important stuff. I don't want to compromise the mood of the dinner by being like, hey, by the way, about that, bruschetta you haven't paid me for yet. I just don't want to make it weird. But I do make it weird in the other way. Like I was at the dad's dinner for our school, and I had to leave a little bit early. I didn't want to wait for the bill, so I was like, can I just cash someone up and you pay for my bill? And I was doing the math in my head, and I was like, I had 1 drink and like a light entree, so it's probably like 25 bucks. I had cash on me. I just gave him 40 because I wanted to send a message that's like, I'm not going to give you exact change plus like no tip, right? It's just kind of like, here's a little float. But now I got like a floating ledger with one of the dads, because he messaged me and he was like, hey, you gave me like way too much cash. But like the number keeps getting increasingly smaller every time we hang out, because we can't quite hit like the exact target. So I probably overpaid by like 12 bucks. And then we like went out for lunch and they covered an appetizer or something. And now like I'm down $6.50 or something. Like it's never gonna get to zero, I think.
I know you don't have expectations of the 15 dudes, so just 16, keep it nice and round. What's the expectation of fantasy football participants?
I bet I can get 8.
Okay. Will you look at the other 8 in a different light, like they're not being?
You know what, I would look at it, and I would look at them and I would say, I bet they would want to do this. They're gonna feel a little left out, but they're probably just too busy with work and family right now. Okay. Because who wouldn't want to be in a fantasy football league? Knowing that you're giving up a very small amount of time, but creating like a ton of. I mean, like the conversational lubricant is crazy, right? You can talk about the games, you can talk about the players, you got the draft, you can talk about your matchups with each other, who you're gonna play this week.
You could talk about which teachers you would draft.
I don't know if I go that far.
I'm sorry. I don't mean that, but I had to do it. All right, sorry. So that's the time I get a little awkward, is because there's dads at my kid's school, and sometimes like not the dads I hang out with, sometimes like you run into some dads and they'll say some other teacher. I'm like, bro, it's a teacher. Like, I don't know what to say to get out of that. I'm like, I just don't say anything.
That's crazy. So we never had that conversation. That's something I could bring up next time, maybe. I don't feel like we got that at our dad dinners. I feel like we have very like enlightened, scared to offend, like modern millennial coastal dads in my group. I'll give you an example, okay? I need a second here to remember the exact context. One of the dads, their wife did 23andMe, and then decided after she got the folder that she didn't want to open Pandora's box. The question at its core is like, would you want to know if you had like a genetic predisposition to have a disease or something like that? Like, would you rather go sight unseen and like not be stressed out about it, or would you rather know and be like, okay, maybe I've got a 91% chance of getting something like horrific when I'm 55, right? So she did the test, but then she decided, I don't want to know. But then for like insurance purposes, they were like pressuring her to open it or something like that. And she made her husband promise not to open it. And then the dad next to me was like, so did you open it? And I looked at him and I said, don't be naive. Because in my head, I was like, we're all dudes here. Of course he opened it. How could you not, man? You got that juicy packet of information sitting on your countertop for like 6 months. You don't even want to have like a peek or nothing. And I got no response at all. And then he said, no, of course I didn't look at it. And I was like, all right. I guess I didn't realize that we're all based here. But nobody feels the pull of temptation at all. Okay.
So you black sheeped yourself, but then...
But I think it humanized me as a man who has strengths and weaknesses.
Because you read the room and then backtracked and apologized?
No, because I willfully admitted perhaps a weakness instead of trying to project the artifice of strength in all situations.
See, I thought you would have came out and said, yeah, there's no way I'm looking at that, bro. If Kate tells me I have to do something, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, do you know my wife? Like, I'd be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
I don't know his wife. I don't know his wife might get over it faster. My wife I'd be put in a rear naked choke or something like that. I'd be in a lot of trouble, man.
That's what I mean. So that's what I would think your response would match your reality, but your response was an alternate reality.
Well, if I was married to his wife, maybe I would have taken a peek.
Have you ever done 23andMe?
No.
Would you ever?
I would have like a few years ago, but
yeah,
I wouldn't now because Chad has. I don't think it's necessarily a conspiracy theory, but Chad was like, you should not give your DNA and health data to a company to sell to advertisers and various other companies.
I'm shocked. You needed Chad to tell you that. Every year, my mom gets me like Christmas gifts, and there's I always tell her, Mom, don't buy me anything because I always return them. This year they were crew length socks with zippers on them so you could store stuff in them. And I said, Ma, I don't. I go, Ma, what are we doing here? Like, I don't need
it's
it.
Like it's a sock with a pocket.
Yes.
Like you can put your phone in it or what?
Yeah. She goes, I thought you'd use it like
when
coaching the boys. Coaching the boys little league. I go, Ma, I'm not putting gum in there. I don't need it. And then I pull the socks up, and then there's a sealed 23andMe under it. I go, Ma, I threw it. I go, I'm not using this. I'm not. What makes you think I want to use this? In what world?
Yeah.
And so I still have it sealed. And I'm like, if I want to like resell it or something.
It's a kit for you to spit into, basically. And then send it back. Okay. It's not like she didn't take her data and then like is giving you the envelope.
No. She wanted me to do it. I go, I'm not doing that. What do I? But I thought that's like common knowledge that you don't do that.
I think honestly, I really feel like our generation specifically, but also the generations older than us, were really naive, especially in the early 2010s. It was like this tech utopia where it would be like, oh my God, there's a new app for this. Have you seen this? And you can send them that and they'll give you this and it's insights into and you wouldn't believe they scan you and then they can look at you and it gives you the ad that's exactly what you were like. We were willfully like, I'll sign up for that. I'll put my personal data into there. I'll put my address into there. And now we're in like the overcorrection, which is like, I won't sign up for anything. If they want an app, I'm not downloading it. You want my phone number when I'm buying jeans? Sure, you can have it. It's 867-5309. Sure. Oh wow, you got a lot of points on here. You know, I'm not giving them any more information. Like so, and 23andMe is like the ultimate example of that. So like 10 years ago, I could see myself being like, but now I know that I'm 7% Slovenian. And now I'm like, I'm not doing that. And it ticks me off because we have like a mystery in our family heritage. Nobody knows what we are. We're obviously white, okay? Like you don't get any bonus points for that. But I like talking to my mom, and my mom's like, well, we know that like great-grandma came over from England. Great-grandpa was Canadian. So that's like as far as we know. So we know nothing, essentially, because, I mean, there's English DNA somewhere in our history. Okay, congratulations. No kidding, right? So I was talking to my grandma, trying to figure out, like, hey, you know, what about, like, your grandfather? Where was he from? And she was like, I don't really know. She's useless to me, man. There's no information whatsoever. We have the oldest matriarch in our family, who is our connection to our ancestry, has no idea where we're from, which doesn't even seem possible to me. How nobody talked about it at all back then? It's just lost. to the ether. So I feel like I'm in a unique subset that would be like, I would love to know what kind of genetics are going on up in here, but I'm not gonna pay Sergey Brin's wife $100 just to get my genome stolen. That's madness.
But dude, why don't you just ask me? L'éternel? You're French, man. What? No, is it that big? Come on.
But then, okay, here's the thing, though. The name is French, but think about how names are passed on in our society. It could have just been one French Richard Dawson that happened to show up at the right time, and boom, little bit of French DNA creates 100% French last names. That doesn't mean I'm 90% French. Just means that I could be 100% French, or there could just be one rizzed up French guy that all of a sudden his influence has spread so far, but my genes could be Albanian for all I know.
But you know you're at least 50% French.
No, I know that when the person that was created, when the French guy married the other woman, who may have been French, to be fair, but could have also been like from Cameroon, that kid was 50% French. But I don't know if I'm 70 links away from that. I could be 0.25% French, or if I'm 6 links away from that and I'm 12.5% French. Or I could be 75% French. Like we don't know. We don't know how distant it is in the familial record, man.
Well, here's how you know. What if Laterno means like donkey kicker, then you know you're French and you had a donkey farm. But does Laterno mean anything in French?
I think so, yeah.
What does it mean?
I don't know. The turn?
Oh, you're screwed then.
Like, you know what I should do, dude?
Huh.
I should send it into one of those dog 23andMe companies. And they're like, oh, it turns out that your dog is like 71% Greek or something like that. I'd be like, thank you.
Wait.
Oppa.
Why don't you just do Anon 23andMe?
I don't think you can do that, man. I don't think you can do that.
We'll use a fake name.
So yeah, like, even though it's not attached to my name, they can like reverse engineer it pretty quickly, right? Because they got everything, man. They got the recipe. That's like saying, like, I'm not gonna make you the baked ziti, but here's the step-by-step instructions and the exact measurements of all the ingredients. Like they can make the ziti.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the ziti isn't worth anything unless they know it's called ziti, right?
It's worth something to me.
A bunch of tomato. Yeah, but
because the more people that are putting out ziti, the less I can charge for my ziti.
But here's the thing: they don't know they have ziti. They just know they have a bunch of ingredients, but they don't know that the ingredients make the ziti or how to make the ziti. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the only value your DNA has is that people know it's Northern Lion's DNA. If it's just some randoms, right. They're just going to throw it in the random pile.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do it. If our public health system, not a public health system subcontracting it out to a private testing agency, if my family doctor said we can do a genetic sequence on you, and it only passes through her computer, essentially. It goes to the government lab, and then it goes to her computer. I might be open to it. What would it take for you? Because you are not going to do it either.
I don't think I would, because my grandmother's asked those questions.
But you kind of got an idea too, right? You're like,
yeah,
I'm a percent this, a percent that.
But if I were you, if I were like, out there in the ethos with no, House Targaryen, House Lannister, I would want to know what house I'm from.
It would be sick to have like a culture. Because I feel like, I know Kate's in chat, I feel like that's what I'm missing. So I participate in a little bit of Korean culture because like Kate's parents are Korean and they celebrate like in a more traditional way the Korean holidays. So sometimes I'll put on the hanbok. Yeah, you never seen a white guy in a hanbok before? People coming up to you in the North Road Plaza H Mart parking lot. You know that outfit's Korean? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm wearing it in the H Mart parking lot. But like the white culture that I interface with is just like, I don't know. It's like 2 to 3 generations deep. Like there's no real tradition associated with it. Like there's no, there's like a this is what we eat, but it's really like, turkey on Christmas. It would be sick if it came back and I could like tell my mom, I'd be like, Mom, guess what? Like we're 80% Swiss. And then we could start saying stuff that made no sense and was not scientific, we'd be like, I always knew it because I loved eating cheese so much. I always gravitated towards cold mountainous spaces, right? Like we could start to make sense of our identities with some information like that.
Well, then hear me out. Then you find out you have cousins in Switzerland.
Right.
And then there's someone like you doing the same thing, and you're like, that's your people.
Swiss YouTube.
And they look like you. And you thought you were the only one.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Maybe I'd probably hate it, actually, now that I think about it.
I mean, as an only child, I would probably say, yeah, you probably wouldn't like it. But still.
Because I'm one of one. But then, realistically, there's probably like a few hundred of me out there at least.
I know you don't read, but don't read the book Dark Matter. Because it's like your worst nightmare. Dark Matter. Imagine at the end of your road, like say you're 83 years old. Someone knocks on your hospital
Can I just say that's...
Yeah.
You did go that's old, but you didn't do me any favors.
I mean, brother, the Peloton's going to give you +7 to 8.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm like 83 is like you're batting above the average a little bit, but you didn't really. You could have put a little sauce on it.
I counted for the Peloton, but I also reduced a few for the toe walking. That puts a lot of strain on your heart.
No.
But
It increases the muscle mass and the impact of walking, which keeps your bones strong through old age.
Right, but it requires more blood to support those things. So you're
But I'm eating a lot. I'm eating a lot right now, so replacing the blood is not a problem.
Right, but it's gonna catch up with you. Like, do you think when you're 83, you're gonna be able to walk around on your toes?
Yes.
The arthritis is gonna kick in those bad boys.
It's probably gonna hurt a little bit, but like.
Yeah. So then
I think I'll still be able to walk.
You will, but not on your toes.
But like me walking right now is not more exertion than you walking. Because it's like normalized to my level of acclimation.
Okay.
What does the amount of blood something requires have to do with longevity?
Because you're using more of your nutrients to support, I'm just going to say it, abnormally large calves for someone of your height.
Yeah, but is there any correlation between that and an outsized chance of dying early?
Year over year, no. Decade over decade, yes. It's like, hey, is this little drip in my house going to cause any damage? No, of course not in the roof. But over 30 years...
You can make a metaphor, but that doesn't mean the metaphor has scientific validity, man. Okay. Or it could be like, when you had chest pain when you were 15, and you were like, oh, if that keeps going, it's probably bad, and then it stopped, and you never had to think about it again. It could be that. It could be that time that you had like one horrible bowel movement, and you're like, I'm not gonna go to the doctor for that, but if my next one's that bad, I gotta go to the ER. And then a day later, you take a bowel movement and it's perfectly normal, and you've never had to worry about it since.
All right, so what life expectancy number would you rather me placed on? Because I thought 83 was pretty good, man.
83 is fine. I would say maybe like 89.
Man.
You just don't see it.
I've seen you go on bizarre rants against Chad. Man, every one of those is knocking a quarter of your life off at 4 months minimum. And I've been seeing a lot of them lately.
No, because when I do that, my blood pressure raises. The blood, it's like a pressure washer on the sides of my veins and arteries. It knocks the plaque off the side of the wall, and then shoots it out the next time I go to the bathroom. So I'm keeping the roads clear. Can I say something with it's going to get crungoed, but it's all because people are posting, hey, Vancouver's got an average age of not average age, but average age of death of 85.6. There's a lot of older Asian people in Vancouver. They got the longevity genes historically. Part of it, I'm sure, is lifestyle, but like you're looking at me, you're looking at my wife, and you're like, who's going to be around longer? She's got a lot of advantages stacked in her favor. Okay, she's younger, she's smaller, she has a genetic lineage that more associated with longevity than whatever the hell I am. She doesn't crash out 5 times a day.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I don't think anyone would either, unless they're worried about something other than being correct.
That's why I got to do 23andMe, because imagine it came back and it was like, surprise, buddy, you're from a Japanese blue zone. 49% of your DNA is from like Hokkaido. I'd be like, I knew it. I always knew, man. I always knew.
So, I mean, because it surprised me your desire. Like, you have a really strong desire to learn. Like, I would say way more than I thought. But you're more worried about them doing something nefarious with your DNA. Like, what would they do with it?
Well, it doesn't matter. It's my DNA. So I think that the onus should be on them to be like, here's a compelling case for me to want your DNA.
Right. But for you to get the answers you want, how else can you get them?
I live in uncertainty.
Right.
Right now, they're not making a case for a good enough case to compel me to use their services. They could pay me $500 and give me the results of the test, and then I would be substantially more likely to give them the sample.
That's what your DNA's worth? I'm sure there's a lot of...
That's a starting point.
I'm just saying there's probably a lot of people in chat that would take you up on that offer right now, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to your chat.
The price goes up depending on the customer. So if chat wants it, that's a different thing.
But here's the thing: don't you think if someone wanted your DNA, they could already have it?
Yeah, but that doesn't really concern me, because I'm not worried about West Elm Caleb like getting like a strand of shoulder hair and creating a golem in his house or something like that. You don't feel like I'm of this, and it's happening more and more. Kate will tell you, like as I get older, when you're young, they ask for your email address when you buy a pair of shoes. You're like, yes. I guess that's what you have to do to buy shoes. Here's my email address. The older I get, the more I'm like, that doesn't make sense. People were buying shoes in 1803 before email even existed. So why do we have to bring that into the system here? I just say like I'd rather not.
Do you say that to a clerk?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what do they give you a weird look?
No, most of the time, you know, my heart goes up to like 130 beats per minute in anticipation of saying it. And then they go, oh, okay.
Why don't you just give them a burner email?
It's cowardly.
Well, you don't read your email anyways. David does.
It's true. I should start giving them the business inbox.
I think in the next decade, you're going to send your DNA in.
I don't think so, man.
Do you deal well with the unknown?
Yes. I think I am a person who would rather not know.
If there was a magic crystal ball and says you're going to die on March 17th, 2036, you don't want to know.
I don't want to know. Because already I accept the idea that I should be living. The idea that you would live every day as if it's your last is ridiculous. Because you would be in prison or like your life would suck. Let's put it that way. It would be really good maybe for like a couple years and then it would all fall apart irreparably. But like, yeah, I would rather not know when I was going to die because I think it would also ruin the remaining time that I had. The exception is you would use it to be like, well, I'm not going to do this thing that I don't want to do because I'm going to be dead in 6 months anyway. But I think like the undercurrent of every single day would be like, oh, I'm having a great day. Too bad I'm going to die in 7 years. So like, what does it matter anyway? I think I'd rather be like unaware.
But so you don't think like if you knew and you're out at the ice cream shop and you know you're with your family having a good time and you're like, oh, I want to remember this, everyone having such a good time at the ice cream shop because this could be the last time.
I think it can be a useful model or a lens to look at your life through, but I already try to practice looking at my life through that lens. Like every time I go out for ice cream, in my head, I'm like, the quality of your life is basically the sum total of times that you had ice cream in your life. Like I'm already thinking like that. Every day I have a decision that I make via the lens of like, I will not be here one day. How should that inform my decision from this point onwards? Not in a depressing way, like none of this matters at all, but more in the way like what ticks me off, to go back to my normal characterization, is when they ask people on their deathbed, what are your regrets in your life? First off, if I'm dying, don't ask me that. That's gonna stress me out, man. Can you just like bring me some snacks or something, or put some stuff on the TV that I like? Like I don't wanna, hey, you're on your way out. You made a lot of mistakes in your life. Any advice for those of us who aren't as old and busted as you? Like I don't want that, okay? But then I also feel like they're biased sources. They always talk about like big swings. You know, they don't talk about what I feel like life actually is, the bulk of it is like day to day. They're always like, oh, I wish I did this. I wish I took that big swing on the girl I had a crush on in high school or whatever. Oh, I wish I picked up the phone when Ed McMahon called or something like that. And I'm like, that stuff is like, I feel like that's very small. I feel like an attitude change when you're our age can have a huge impact on the quality of your life. If you start to prioritize like, hey, I'm gonna die someday, I probably will have wished that I didn't stress so much about whether there was gonna be a bizarre episode, and instead just like chilled out a little bit and also like ate dessert more often or something like that. That's the way that mortality informs the decisions that I make. Like I almost use it as a balm. If I'm like stressed out, I'm like, oh, I haven't had enough time to record bizarre episodes. And I'm like, well, you're gonna be dead someday. At that point, are you really gonna be like, oh, I didn't make enough content? Like, that was my bad for sure, by the way. But like, the exception is, hey, I didn't get my work done. Now, like, I have dire financial consequences for me and my family. Like, that's a different conversation. But sometimes, you forget about the trees and you just see the forest. Or if you forget about the forest, you just see the trees.
Well, as someone who's known you for an extended period of time, over a decade, I would not say that is where you started. What flipped that? Because you weren't speaking with this kind of sage advice when we were running through the streets of Sandhawk and blasted by Alpies.
Well, as you get older, I think especially if you have a kid, you think long term, which I think is also like why when you're like 24, you're like, I'm old. But then when you have a kid and you're like 40, you're like, I'm still pretty young.
So that helps you, like, instead of, someone keyed your car, instead of blowing a gasket, you're just like, oh, it doesn't matter.
If it's within my capacity to recontextualize, but sometimes, yeah, I'll be driving and I'll be like stressed out that I'm gonna be like 2 minutes late for something, because being late in a binary way, being like 3 seconds late stresses me out. I try to step back and like recontextualize it within the scope of my life and be like, in the whole scheme of things, it doesn't really matter as much as it feels like it matters right now. Like there's stuff that matters, and like continuously making a habit of being late might impact that in like some material way, but like probably better to just chill out and like not get into a car accident because you're stressed out you're going to show up at like 5:02 instead of like 4:59. But then there's some stuff where you're like, please, for the love of God, just put your pajamas on. And you're like, in the whole scheme of things, this doesn't matter that much, but can we please just not, like, I've been asking you to do it for like 12 minutes and it takes 15 seconds to put your pajamas on.
Bro, but why don't they eat breakfast before school, man? I'm always like, hey, you eat your breakfast.
Dude, she's always talking about how she wants to sleep later. So now I wake her up as late as possible. She's still mad at me for waking her up. And now she's mad that she doesn't have time to play. And I'm like, well, what do you want? Do you want to, because you said, Daddy, I want to sleep as much as I can. Now I'm letting you sleep as much as you can. And you're like, oh, I'm upset because I don't have playtime before school. Well, then you got to pick a lane. You can't have it both ways. I can't call up the school and be like, hey, can you start at like 11:30 today? She wants to play in the morning. Plus, they go to school, all they do is play. They're 4.5 years old, man. It's not like they're doing nuclear physics.
I know that triggered you because you just tanked that jump. Today I was like, man, I asked 3 times, like, hey, eat your breakfast. So it's, when you go to school, you're not hungry, eat your breakfast. Dude's reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I'm like, I'm like, all right. I'm just like, all right, man.
Stop asking, right?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm done.
I'm hungry.
Don't eat. Yeah, don't eat. When you got the grumbles at 10:30 and you were reading Diary of the Wimpy Kid, okay then. All right.
Then on the drive to school, Dad, I'm a little hungry. And it's you, man. It's your fault.
But then you hit him with, oh, well, good thing I packed it up and put it in the Ziploc bag so you didn't learn anything,
Exactly.
Because what am I going to do? I'm not going to send them all to school hungry, man. I got to take care of them, You
ever think about, like, I feel like I was going to school with a belly that had, like, 175 calories in it. Like as a teenager going through puberty, I was like, quick bowl of cereal, no milk. That should keep me going for the first half of the day.
No milk
man?
is deranged. No milk?
Yeah. No milk, man.
I mean, that's another level.
And my daughter's a dry cereal head too. I don't know if you got the same situation, but like a lot of the stuff that I've been lambasted over for being weird or having weird preferences, I've been validated having a kid who has naturally come to those same conclusions herself, which I found amazing. And I know what you're going to say, pseudoscientific chat. You influenced her. Oh, when you asked her if she wanted milk, you probably went, do you want milk in your cereal? No, I was presenting it completely organically. Like, yes, people enjoy milk in their cereal. She tries it and says, I don't like it. And I say, you know what? I'm going to, because now I thought all this idiosyncrasy originated with me. And then it turns out it's somewhere in the code.
Have you ever eaten cereal in front of her?
Oh, yeah.
Weekly?
Not weekly.
Monthly?
2 times a year.
All right, so to me, I'm with you on that because, I'm with you on that. If you're eating daily cereal with no milk, you're 100% influenced. But if it's every now and then, oh, they're sponges. Whatever you do, they're doing, whether you know
true,
what they,
yeah.
you know.
But my parents eat cereal with milk. So where did my behavior come from?
Can I tell a cute story from the cruise?
Yes.
About your daughter. So you tell me, is this learned behavior or is this genetic? So on the Disney cruise, our families ate dinner together. Ryan's daughter starts telling jokes that are really funny. So is that a learned behavior or is that genetic?
I think it's learned, but it's not like she saw her dad telling jokes. I think that what happened is she told us a joke and got an insane reaction and then said, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Well, she had good jokes, man.
She's got classics, man. She's out there. And you know what I like is she's not afraid to workshop new material on stage. Like she'll come up with a joke and just send it out there, and if it gets a bad reaction, she just shrugs it off onto the next one. But I think there might be a genetic component to like sense of humor, because I think there is something like magical about it, but I also think there's something biological about it. Like if you're dedicating brain matter to telling jokes, like it's coming at the expense of something else, which to me indicates that there could be a basis for like a genetic variation there. I think you can be born maybe with the capacity to enjoy humor more than another person, sure. In the same way you can be born with the ability to, like, you know, your tendons are longer or whatever, so you have the capacity to possibly jump higher.
But she was killing him. I mean,
she's got some good ones.
My kids are not going to laugh unless it's funny. She had them rolling, man. It was there was a little bit of a duck smoke moment for me on the cruise when I'm like, apple does not fall far from both trees on that one, you know?
Dude, I couldn't agree more. And I think one of the things, you know, people always ask, like, what changes when you have a kid? And the answer is, like, everything. The answer is, like, everything. But one thing is, like, I feel like having a kid put me more in touch with my own personality. Because I see elements of her personality that 100% came from me. And I, like, accept them more in myself. Like, instead of being like, oh, that's, like, a personality flaw that, like, it would be nice if I could change. Instead, I'm like, no point. Concrete's already dry, bro. Apparently that stuff's been in there since birth, so I don't even have to worry about that. That's because my wife is a night owl and a long sleeper. And I am a morning person who likes to go to bed early. And occasionally there's been times where it's frustrating for me. You know, if I go to bed at 10, pre-kid, and she goes to bed at 4, I'm like, why doesn't she just go to bed at 10? And then, like, wake up at the time that I wake up. You know, it seems like it's a personal choice. But then we have a daughter who is 100%, well, I can't say 100%, but I believe her genes have doomed her to also be a night owl, late sleeper. And now I feel like I have a lot more understanding of my wife. So now if she wants to wake up at, like, 11 a.m., I'm not, like, put out. I'm like, she's fulfilling like her genetic purpose with respect to sleeping. She's living like the way that she would live if there were no other things going on. And I think that level of fulfillment is like, you know, I'm happy for her. And I wouldn't have had that if we didn't have kids. I would have been like, I don't know, I guess she's just a little lazy.
Or just wake up early, forehead.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you used to say.
Now that like I've seen the behavior emulated in my daughter, I'm like, okay, that's real, man. And like you can trust that it's real, but like until you see it for yourself, you might in your head like harbor the idea that's like skill difference. And I'm similarly like I'm a morning person. I thought that maybe I learned how to be a morning person as I got older, but I think that, I don't know, man, I just feel like at my best, 6:15 in the morning, going for a walk before everybody wakes up.
But were you always like that? I feel like you weren't doing that until you burned Peloton.
I feel like I culturally was like, as a teenager and a young adult, there's more fun happening at night than there is in the morning. So I conditioned myself into staying up late and thought I was a night owl, but it never really felt like it fit. Like I always felt like I was fighting it. But now that I've embraced being a morning person, I don't know. It's the same way I feel when I like eat oatmeal. I'm like, this is what my body's designed to consume.
All right, well, let me...
I'm putting diesel into a diesel engine instead of trying to run it on regular gas.
I want to get up early.
Yeah.
But I know I'm a night owl. So help me, brother. What do I do? If I got up at 4, I'd get so much more done.
Well, then go to bed at 9.
Forehead.
But it is forehead, but here's the thing. It's forehead, but it's also like impossible. I don't have to deprive myself to go to bed at 9 because I'm like, yes, it's 9, time to go to bed. That's is exactly what I want to do. Yeah. But I think if you're like a night owl, when 9 rolls around, you're probably like, oh, I really want to like have some leisure time. I really want to like enjoy myself right now.
Yeah, you got to unplug.
Well, I unplug in the morning.
You unplug in the morning, but then you're plugged in all day.
Yeah.
And then just at 9, you're automatically unplugged?
9:30, yeah.
But you don't do anything to unplug at night?
No.
I never thought of that.
I would say I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. I don't think it's universal for everybody. I think a lot of people would probably go crazy. I mean, I have a model that works for me that might not work for everybody. But you might be like, oh, it's 9 p.m. I'm just a little bit tired. Now would be a great time to play like 2 hours of like a video game. But I'm like, I don't know. Sleep is like the best recreational activity you can get, man. You're literally like paying tomorrow you. You're paying a dividend to tomorrow's version of yourself.
That was a fun one, man. Who knew art would become life would become art?
Good stuff, Dan. Good stuff.
It was fun, man. It's good to play something again and
good to do a little, you know what I'm saying? Like a little of this. Oh! Look at that.
I'm trying to think here. This is a last question for you. Do you think, say it's not glass, but say it's like a comfortable piece of board or something, do you think anyone has been in this position before in their life?
Like with their head sticking through it?
Yeah, each person's head sticking through it.
I'm going to say no because I think they'd be dead.
No, but I mean like there's a hole cut out and...
Hole cut? Maybe like in the Middle Ages or something? Like if two dudes were being tortured or something?
No, I'm saying like people are knowingly entering into this and it's something that you and I, you know, are not familiar with.
I don't think so, man. I think they got different apparatuses for that. I haven't seen Billions though. Maybe after The Sopranos.
All right, Ryan, Gary, it was fun, man.
All right, later, brother.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Can I say I'm kind of loving Chiblee's "Let's link and build this summer" era.
Let's link and build this summer?
You haven't been following what he's typing in Discord?
No, he types it at like 4 in the morning.
Every day he'll like at someone and say, "I love this idea. Let's link and build this summer."
Oh, okay.
We needed somebody
I
in the
can follow
Discord
that.
with that kind of energy. We don't have a lot of builder energy in the Discord. We got a lot of like, I'll be there. If you build it, I will come type shit. But we don't have like the Kevin Costner guy who's actually going to link and build it. Like, look what he said. We should all co-parent a child and make them really good at streaming like I Show Speed. Co-parenting Summer. And I replied, would actually go crazy. I'm thinking my life like a movie for real. And then I posted a screenshot from 3 Men and a Baby. And then he said, yes, sir, let's make moves on this. Anyone else is more than welcome to join.
If during the summer.
Yeah, but that's pretty soon. That's like a month away from now.
Oh fuck, you're right. Oh no. But it's not his summer though. It's winter.
Oh, that's
for
true.
him.
It's here. Wait a second. I gotta. Hey, Chiblee,
My ass gets sweating, man.
when you talk about linking and building this summer, you talking northern hemisphere summer or southern hemisphere summer? If you want, we can hop on a quick call to hammer out the details.
We can talk about this next summer.
Now, were you hitting that with the call me, or were you trying to do like a gnarly?
That's a Polly Walnuts pointing
All right, good.
from The
That's what I
Sopranos.
figured. Thank you.
That's him pointing at like, they took our culture. We invented all this shit.
We haven't had a lot of Italian-American mobster family representation in television lately, have we?
Rivers Cuomo.
I stand corrected.
Wait, what?
Mario Batali.
Why Rivers
What
Cuomo?
show did Rivers Cuomo star in lately?
Buddy Holly. I mean, Happy Days.
Yeah.
DK, you're gonna need to fuck all the way up.
I have 0 pink on the map, bro. You're beefing with last place right now. Look at
guess
my
so.
pink, man. Look at my pink.
It just feels personal when you're tailing behind.
I got 14% and I'm catching heat.
Definitely.
I mean, I don't care if you want to eat my tail or whatever, but when I'm in last place like that, that's a little. I can't stand for that.
Y'all think anybody's got an Ouroboros fetish?
New turn.
What do you mean?
Probably.
Like a cock
like
that
it-
sucks itself.
Yeah, or just like trying to eat their own foot.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say because like I'm sure some people can suck their own cock, but I don't think that's what you were talking about.
When you said that, I
Marilyn
immediately
Monroe.
imagined.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Honestly, what Apollo said makes a lot more sense as far as the context goes. That was my way of trying to tell you guys I've been working on sucking myself off.
Nice.
It's a fool's errand.
Yeah?
Unless you're like a
Nah,
gymnast.
some people are real flexible though.
Yeah, unless you're a gymnast. So you gotta let me finish.
Oh,
That's been the only reason I've been doing yoga lately. So you
Walking
gotta have a
in,
motivation, you know.
walking in on one of your friends sucking themselves off would be so fucking funny.
it really would. Be.
You gotta be a little impressed though.
Yeah, no, I think
yeah,
like
man.
you'd be embarrassed if someone walked in on you jacking off.
There, you got
but
it.
if someone walked in on
that's
you
right.
sucking yourself off, you just have to laugh, right? You just gotta
Yeah,
like,
man.
you gotta be like,
You can't freak
what am I
out.
gonna say? You saw what
Yeah.
you saw.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no getting out of this.
I got my legs over my own shoulders. What'd you think was
Yep.
gonna happen?
I gotta
Like any
say,
of these
Ryan, I
people.
People.
Hey, hang on. Justin had something to say to me.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Whoa. Long story short, I don't go to Reddit often. I was like, oh, I wonder what Ryan Reddit is up to, and it's just 45 threads of people making parody songs about sucking people
Yes,
off.
it is. Every
That's
thread
nice.
is like gay
Yeah.
celebrity's name,
Yes.
their most famous song, but with like
Whoop.
dick in the words.
yeah. And honestly, like,
It's awesome.
of all the ways a Reddit can be, that's pretty good.
I think that as far as specifically content creator subreddits, I think you've reached a peak there.
It's
Yeah,
nice.
I think it's
honestly.
going. I think it's
The jokes are not always good though. Like some of them are just not. Like you didn't have to make a thread. You could have just been like a child comment to another
Yeah.
parent comment.
Yeah. There should be a mega thread.
You didn't have to make one that's like gay Eiffel 65. That is like I'm gay. I will suck off a guy. I will suck off a guy. I will suck off a guy. Like that could have just been a comment, but that's okay.
His balls are blue, so I will suck off this guy. No, I felt like there was room for improvement there. at the very least.
Yeah, that's better.
I haven't had any good sucking off songs come to me lately.
I mean, every song you just got to change like 2 words.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to only really stick to the ones that shine. Though,
Breathe out, breathe in. Can you see the dick that I'm sucking?
Ooh, I like that. I don't know who that is, but it's
That's
nice.
Cherub Cock. By the Smashing
I got one
Pumpkins.
for you.
All right.
Let's try. I can suck it off on my own.
Yeah, that's Whitesnake.
Okay.
Give me that
Whitesnake.
dick, I'll shuck it off.
Okay, no, I'm bringing up with it.
Well, it's got a rhyme, brother. You can't.
I know.
He hit the like the
halfway there.
Cadence. Yeah.
the cadence.
I kind of like
Okay.
here I go sucking a gnome.
Okay.
Wow, wow.
Hello.
Sucking off the only gnome I've ever known.
I can't tell you the one I just thought of. I'd have to type it. That's the problem. A lot of the ones I think of, I'm like, yeah, I can't say that.
It would
Yeah.
be weird to only know one gnome. I feel like, you know,
Body block.
what happened? What happened to where you met a gnome, but only one gnome?
Yeah, like you
And
didn't,
you suck him off.
you didn't go to the
And you suck
community. You just like it's just a guy or a girl.
Community? There's something there.
Yeah.
Again, we're just workshopping.
You guys gonna see the new Smurfs movie?
Already did. Got an early screening.
Damn.
Part of the
Rihanna's in
test
it.
market.
Wait, I think Rihanna's in it. Probably the most famous person I know from Barbados.
No
They have such a
immunity.
cool
Oh my
flag, dude.
god, there it is.
Was Barbados
Ryan, you ever do a
flag?
flags quiz? How
Is
many
that the one?
flags
Is that
do
a is it like a fork? Does it have a fork?
Yeah, it's
on
like a
it?
trident.
Yeah, that's okay. That's the word
That's
I
a
was
sick
trying
one.
to find.
Yeah, it's like a fork. That's a good ass flag.
Oh, that's pretty strong, actually. Lord, I was born a sucking man.
Beep, boop, beep.
Sucking dudes off the best I can.
Actually, it's sick to be like a gay Allman Brothers band.
Yes.
But then as your
Yes.
closer, play like Jessica, which doesn't have any words. Just fucking play the song.
Well, it'd be called Jeremy now.
You could call it, yeah.
Right. You could do Jessica parentheses, but gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, gay Jessica.
Yeah.
But play it in kind of like a gay way.
You
You
have
know
the
what I
most-
mean? like play the guitar gaily.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I was told that once by one of my sister's ex-boyfriends that I strummed very gaily.
That's
Really?
sick, man.
Yeah, and he's
Guy,
right.
guy
I-
from
I gotta-
1831. What's wrong with that?
Sounds quite gaily.
It's a compliment. They should make some straight songs.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's
Maybe
my
like
straight
in like the
cis
80s,
white man
and
anthem?
70s, dude.
Yeah, do you think there's like groups of dudes out there who are not comfortable enough with anything that like you're doing the same kind of song parodies, but it's about like fucking ladies? Like I can't picture that. It'd be so nasty. They got to be out there somewhere.
Can I
Oh,
hit
hold
you
on,
with
let me build
something?
this.
We are more progressive than people that wouldn't make these jokes.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I think that there's some people out there who are like, ooh, these jokes are edgy. Not edgy for me. I don't have hate in my heart. It's not. I know I'm not accidentally going to overstep any bounds because I don't have hate in my heart.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there.
I think if you're like,
I
ooh,
get
I
a
don't
little
want to
scared
interface
sometimes.
with this humor because I might accidentally go over the line. Why you got those over the line thoughts in your head? You got to get right with the Lord first, and then you can get right with your audience.
You know,
Anytime you say my name with a
I'm kidding, I'm
direction, I get a little worried. You know, like, what's he about to say?
I'm about to use you in a bit. Is what's going to happen.
Usually.
Yeah, that's usually. how
I
it
still
goes.
think, well, because also, I'm not going to ask Baer if he thinks that the Sibian with no aftermarket parts would work on an ass the same way it works on a vagina.
Here's the thing, though. Before Baer answers, I'm sure Baer knows what a Sibian is. And
Oh,
so do I.
100%, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was the only one that didn't know what a
exactly.
Sibian was.
That's surprising to me.
That's not surprising to me because I think that regardless
Not
of,
even to do with. I just thought everybody knew what a Sibian was.
I think it's an age thing because we
Howard
all
Stern
Apollo's like 2 or
popularized
3
those.
years younger, which isn't a lot, but I feel like the Sibian was kind of like it was a bit of a flash in the pan.
You guys.
Yeah, kind of, I guess.
I'm gonna be in the middle with you. I fucked
I've
myself.
been in the middle.
Basketball
literally
is more
10
fun
times in a
than
row.
jumping.
If I'm in the middle again, I'm gonna crash out so fucking hard.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah, this does suck in the
I'm
middle.
so
doesn't
sorry,
it?
Baer. Yeah. Well, hey, give me that one.
Oh, no, that's not gonna happen. All
Awesome.
right.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
can get
wow,
the
you
last
never
one.
expect something like this. That's crazy. That's wild, man. Fucking great.
Well done, Ryan. Well done. Good job. You really nailed that one.
I don't think you're doing too much harm Googling Sibian. You're probably pretty safe with that.
Yeah. it's
What
not
are, what are
It's
you
gonna be an
worried
informative
about?
Google.
It's not like you're accidentally gonna buy it. It's like $1,800 or something.
I need help workshopping a joke about like buying my Sibian off Wish.com and like what did it do to me?
Speaking of like being scared to Google, this just popped into my head. It's a bit of a porn bit, but like I think it's
Love
funny.
it.
Showdown mini
Um,
game.
like, look, we've all typed stuff into a search bar sometimes, you know, looking for some stuff that you want to see.
Yeah.
Of
course.
What's weird is like I go to a website, I type it in the search bar, and don't think twice of it. But for some reason,
You don't use the categories menu on the left?
well, first off, the fuck are you talking about? Ain't no way we're going to the same sites. Second,
No, maybe you're both going to like NFL.com.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
My homepage is the waiver
if you want
wire.
a serious answer, one of the websites I go to does have a category that I go to, but the other one you just gotta hit search. There's nothing you can do about it. The search is the category. But my point is that
For me, the
some
juice is the
reason,
squeeze.
very randomly,
Oh, you fucker.
like very randomly,
Fuck you.
the things that I type in that search bar will appear as suggestions in other search bars on completely different websites, and I don't know why. And it's really scary, like it's a jump scare when it happens.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
So you like go to Google and it'll be like,
No, it's not usually Google. It's usually like a random ass website that'll have a random search bar. You guys aren't good at this.
I've been fucked, man.
but they all television me, man.
No, I think Apollo just holds W the whole time.
Dude, I know what you mean.
It's a
Actually,
control,
like
you're not holding W.
sometimes my shit will autofill like autofill passwords that I've put into other websites before, which is definitely not something.
Yeah, I
that
love
should
when you
happen.
get like an open field on a website and your password manager is like, you want to put your address in here?
Yeah.
I have to catch up, so I'm going to take the big donut, please.
Round 2.
I'm not going to take big donut. But I'm obviously not going to take small donut, so I'm taking the medium donut.
Well, I got medium donut. So
Ryan, a lot of your chat said like joke search things, but one of them got it right. So can I audit them real quick?
That's scary.
Yeah, I don't like that. That scares me. I think it could have been circumstance, but because
Which
they
one
got
was it?
right,
Was it
like,
redhead, big
I don't,
tits?
I don't remember.
Big donut.
It's already way off the screen.
I'm taking medium donut
Like,
again.
I'm just hoping it was an accident. You know? Ryan,
It's not medium
what
donut.
are we doing here, man?
Dude, I'm going big donut. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm not gonna let you get big donut. You got the highest
I'm going
score.
medium this time.
let you get big donut.
Well, we're not getting donuts, man.
I was lying. I thought you already picked middle. I went middle this time, though.
Stupid son of a bitch.
You gonna go middle this time?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go little then. You go middle, I'll go little.
Yeah. No,
Then they'll go
It's the
cut off
bigger
each other
donut
at the
if you
big
do
donut.
that, Bear.
but we traded once. We're fine.
All right, now I'm in last. I need big donut, man.
Okay, cool.
Okay, now I want medium donut. You gonna let me have medium donut?
Pick medium donut. You gotta stop him, Bear. You have to take it. You have to take
He's
medium.
gonna take it. I gotta take that medium donut.
Oh,
Hey, that's my medium donut.
I
All
was hoping you
right.
would all make
All right,
it.
Justin, that's just
Why would you
insane.
do that?
That's
thought
the
maybe
most
all of you
insane
would've
decision you
stopped
could
me
have possibly made.
That was like the worst called shot you could have possibly done, man.
Like, don't get me wrong, we're stupid, but that was just on a different level.
It was funny though.
Uh-oh.
I would love to see my face.
Ah, shit.
Oh, I really don't want to see my face. Oh.
Yeah.
That's all right. That shit's like paying tax, which is good.
Hey, that insinuates I'm the IRS. I'll take kindly to
They're
that.
gonna quote that in the revolution, but when you're wondering if they're gonna be coming for you.
I'm not going to
Oh,
be the
true.
first to die, but I do think
Yeah,
there'll be
I
a
think you'll be
conversation at some point.
He's near the back of the line for the guillotine.
Because Pokemon was saying stuff like, we got to stop the rich people, and people did not like that. They were like, you are the rich people.
Do you think someday we'll have a revolution like that in America? Right? It's getting there, right?
We already have one.
Another one.
What's going on?
The wealth disparity is getting bad.
The wage gap, I hate that shit. Aren't you the rich?
No. Like the
Pokey.
ultra rich, the ultra giga rich, the
You have to
unnecessarily
clarify. They're gonna clip that and it's gonna make you look bad.
rich. Oh,
You
The
gotta
ultra
say
giga
you gotta
rich.
say the billionaires.
the billionaires.
you are rich.
The Bezos.
And then they're like, but there's richer people.
Like,
And then
people don't understand the difference between like a millionaire and a billionaire.
Yeah, but
you know?
then there's only like a couple thousand of them. Once they finish with them, it's the
chilling
They're gonna
because
get
we're
streamer
restless.
list.
no, then we're all just chilling, man.
Oh, then we're chilling. Okay.
Then we kick back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy with $999,999,999 in his bank account.
Yeah, the pipe in his
Ooh,
brow.
that was a close
You.
one.
Sweat from the brow.
Anyway, B4.
Bingo. That's B4.
You sunk my battleship?
That's my chess move.
Chess move.
Oh, right. Sorry.
B4? Oh, he's a live stream fails posting. I see.
How do people look? This is more of a general thing. It's obviously about that, but I speak to a more general part of it. But like, how do people think that they can get away with cheating sometimes? Like, it's
it is kind of
crazy
crazy.
how much people think they can get away with. You know,
It is possible.
What actually happened? I don't know if you want to open the can of worms. I'm just curious.
Shimmer just cheated at chess is all. There's not much.
Like how though? Did he just like?
Well, you can. So robots are better than people at chess. So
robots are better than people. You ever see Frozen? Sven, don't you know that's right?
Robots suck better
I'm
than
just pissed
people.
off they didn't have something in their ass telling them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Where's the fun in cheating if you don't have the butt plug?
Yeah. God, Ryan, I keep thinking about your fucking Arma roleplay thing.
It's so good to go undercover
so
in Arma
good.
as like tactical dudes, and then like a year later just roleplay sucking each other off in the
It's
APC.
so good. It's so good.
Oh, I really
That was a really
thought.
good
I
effort,
really
though.
thought,
I
man.
had it, yeah.
I really thought too.
Man, so I
was-
guess that one's just solved, huh?
I was locked the fuck in, man.
That same scenario,
bummer.
Ryan, but like we're in the APC role playing the sucking each other off, and then the whole squad shows up, and we're like, oh, we got him, and then they all start also role playing sucking us off.
Yes,
And
man.
it turns out they're like, we didn't know you guys like this. Like we don't have like a eureka moment. Yeah. God, I still think about I was playing Arma Battle Royale way back when, and I ran into this kid and his friends were playing, and it was his birthday. And I squatted with them for so long. I didn't have a gun, and then I found one and just kind of like kept looking at it and looking at them, and then killed all of them while being like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Happy birthday. I'm so sorry."
That's such a Koba move.
Oh, it felt so good.
You know what I'm talking about when I say a Koba move?
Nope.
It's that that chimp from the second Planet of the Apes movie who.
Bro, I didn't see that shit, man.
I do know what he's
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
You know what would also be a great bit is to have two dudes go into Second Life, but then role play as Arma guys. So they're like walk into the sex store or whatever, the sex club, and they're like, well, I spot the bogeys at 900 meters, 15 east northeast.
I appreciate that you immediately went to, oh, it's Second Life, of course. So where else would they be going? They're going to a sex club.
I've seen like 5 documentaries about Second Life, and
Yeah.
even the people on Second Life are like,
No.
yeah, it's about sex.
It's pretty horny over
It's
there.
about companionship, and then it develops into sex.
Second Life, didn't they make it rain dildos at one point in Second Life?
Something like that.
It's like a community event.
I will own
No,
this
like, I
place
think
one day.
like a malicious third party did it.
What's
I don't
Linden,
feel like
has
they would
Linden
bad
Labs
second
made?
actor.
Is there like a
Bad
third
actor.
life or something? What's Linden Labs up to, man?
There was this game that it was called Baer. It was like Second Life, and if you hit people really hard with a car, you would just send them ragdolling into fucking orbit for like upwards of 10 minutes. And I just kept doing that until they banned me. That's my story. You just have people like role playing in a corner talking. And I just show up in a Jeep.
That's great.
Oh god.
That's so fucking funny.
I have a lot of stories about getting banned from like MMOs. That was kind of like my hobby as a teenager. I was just fuck The Sims Online. I got banned day one of the beta.
What happened?
Because you can, if you would go to someone's house, if you gave someone the prompt to kiss them, before they could click yes or no, you could give them a new prompt to kiss them. So I was at someone's house and I just kept spamming someone with kiss requests for like 10 full minutes, and they can't even type or do anything. But also, if you keep
kiss
doing
locked
that,
him.
yeah, and your character will ignore having to go to the bathroom. So eventually, I pissed in this person's house while trying to kiss them, and then I got banned.
That's sick, man.
I was beta testing.
I was there
Yeah.
with you too, Toasty. Yeah, that's the Kissler. That's
It's
the Kissler for
crazy
sure.
that they banned you instead of fixing the bug.
I know. Well, they probably fixed it off the back of my fucking labor.
Yeah.
All right, my new game now is I tell Justin an MMO and he tells me how he got banned from it. So let's try EverQuest.
Never played it.
Albion Online?
One shot.
Fuck. I don't think I played that one either.
Oh my god.
my god. You're dead, Justin. You're already dead.
Don't say that, man.
Oh, what?
from fucking
That,
down.
Oh my
man.
God.
Play on that.
Oh, he's still got it. Yeah,
that
get those
monkey.
monkeys. Oh, wow, dude. Speaking of
Oh my
anime,
God.
We're
the
doing
monkeys
like
are all
gun
done.
fu.
holy shit. This is the longest snowball fight ever.
No.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
This is madness. I didn't even know this was this long. Holy shit. That was crazy.
That's the most stressful minigame I've ever played.
Oh my god.
I don't even mind taking the L there. That was terrific.
Holy shit.
Oh god.
If y'all could just go ahead and keep not getting stars for the rest of the game, that'd be sick.
New turn.
Guys want some stars? Porky
Chris
Romano.
Kattan up to.
Chris, the Settlers of
Did
Chris
you make
Kattan.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up the-
That was not meant to be a joke. I don't know who
you
this is.
guys want to trade for some
Catan
cookies?
said some shit too. I thought so. I could have sworn I remember hearing something bad about it.
Nah, yeah. He tried to trade cookies for wheat. Did you hear about Chris Kattan?
What?
He tried to, oh, okay, I get
He
it.
tried to trade cookies for wheat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still.
You got a Zatar.
Yeah.
You know, I'm with you there. And you know, za'atar is very delicious. I'm with you there.
Za'atar? What did you say?
Za'atar. It's like a spice.
Oh, you were serious. I thought you
Oh,
just
yeah, that's
spoke.
a
No, I
cook
meant
serve.
That shit rocks.
All the white guys in chat pushing all the other white guys out of the way. I also like Zatar. I also know what Zatar is.
You could say an instrument of some kind.
Imagine if you played the Chinese restaurant music on the sitar.
The Chinese restaurant.
You know
Yeah,
the
what?
Chinese restaurant music.
Can you do an impression of it?
No, man, I think that's too far. It's like 6 notes or something.
Right in front of the star here for me.
I feel like
It's
you just
9
attributed
notes.
restaurant to this as like a way to be like, well, this will make it okay. 'Cause I don't really think there's an
I've heard
association with
it in a
restaurants.
Chinese restaurant, okay?
That's insane.
I've heard
Mr.
it
Toshi
in
himself
every
easily.
Chinese
Really is.
restaurant. I actually am friends with a lot of Chinese people, and they love that song.
Mr. Toshi?
Yeah. They love that song, man.
They love it.
And they
Maybe
said it's
do
not
things different up
cringe.
there.
It's not cringe to call it the Chinese restaurant song.
Cringe wasn't the word I was going for.
Okay, good. Whatever, man. Okay, you're gonna open up a pizzeria and you're gonna play that shit.
I think
The woke pizzeria's playing the song. Come on. That's like the Chinese
worried
restaurant
about-
playing the pizza pasta song. It's something you don't see it. It's just not done. If I went into the Chinese restaurant and I heard like da 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 ya, da 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 da, I wouldn't know where I was.
That would be a little confusing.
I'd be like, can I get General Tso's pizza?
I'll take this one.
That's so real. When the Chinese restaurant menu has the Disney font, you know that shit's about to be fire, man.
The Disney font.
You know, with like the, you
I just,
know,
man, I'll
curvy,
be
swirly
honest with you. I
stuff.
haven't looked at a menu in probably like a million years.
what do you just get like the usual or whatever?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I know what I'm getting when I go to a place, or I'm calling. You know, like I don't have the menu in front of me. At least not for Chinese food.
You guys, it's not racist to talk about a Chinese restaurant. You can yes and me on these, okay?
That's what I like about our conversations. We're not worried about breaking through we're not worried about crossing the line here.
That's what I'm saying. We can say whatever we want.
Whatever the hell we want.
Whatever the hell we want. I think we should go back to singing songs about like sucking dicks and shit. I think that's when
To
we're
the
at
tune of the Chinese restaurant
The
song.
Chinese restaurant music,
Oh
right?
my
Yeah.
God.
Who's gonna do it? We all got the exact same phrase in our head right now.
There's no lyrics.
But if there were, it would be like, you know,
No.
I don't
some
know the
guy's
music,
dick,
dude.
you know?
I have not had enough
God damn it, Justin.
experiences
Yeah,
in
goddamn
Chinese
it, you.
restaurants, I guess.
You guys need to get out of the house, man.
I really do, actually. Like,
I'm
it's a
telling you,
problem.
They play it
I feel
everywhere.
like almost every Chinese restaurant I've been to is usually just playing like just nice instrumental background.
They usually are playing like 7 Katy Perry songs from 2011 in a row. When the Egg Foo Young comes out and you hear like, are you ready for it, ready for it?
Yeah, all the Chinese restaurants I go to just play lo-fi chill beats to study to.
There's a lot of that too.
Nice. Yeah. Oh God, I went to a Korean barbecue place here in Richmond shortly after I moved here, and they were genuinely blasting K-pop. Like it could not have been any louder.
Wait, at what restaurant?
It was a Korean barbecue.
Oh
place.
yeah. They love to do that.
And there was also a lot of posters hanging up. It just is nice.
Yeah. The
nice.
models with the soju and the 100%. That's real, man. They always be like, you know who would be the perfect brand ambassador for Sprite? What about like this 94-pound female? when people think of Sprite, they're gonna think of a South Korean athlete.
What do
feel
you
like
think of when you think of Sprite?
Sprite's got to be the healthiest soda just by virtue of its clear, right?
Yes, Carrie Bradshaw was right, and so are you. Dr.
falling
Pepper,
for
that's
it,
true. Dr. Pepper's got.
Fraser Trash.
That's from a doctor, man. Prescription soda.
Yeah. I have to drink this.
Doctor's orders.
Someone asks me what I'm drinking, and I say that's HIPAA.
That's
dude,
dude. Yeah, telling your doctor that's HIPAA is sick. Do you drink or do drugs? HIPAA. Nosy.
You gotta know someone's tried that.
No, they did have my bad. I am. Hold on.
I can see this one.
I'll level with you. I have no idea what you were supposed to
Whatever.
find. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was.
I had to function correctly here.
Wait, Baer,
sorry.
I spoke too soon. You might be goaded.
It's on site.
That was quick. That was fast. Yeah. He gave me praise and it psyched me out. No,
I'm gonna die. We both did the same bullshit.
No, only two, Baer.
It's a triangle. It's a triangle. Is there another triangle?
I don't know. I can't hear anything. Everyone's yelling. It was a fucking cacophony, man.
But I said that it was there. It was there. I know it's them.
Saying it's there is absurd.
Okay, I said it's right next to it.
Okay, that's better.
I'm just saying there was a route there. You passed over.
As soon
and
as you
said,
said
no,
I was
it's
goaded,
right
it was
there.
over. As soon
And
as
then
I
you
heard
went
the
all the
compliment,
way
we were
around the
fucked.
other side of the wheel.
That was so sick.
Oh, it's terrifying.
He does like to
Yeah, I don't
do
like
this.
this.
It ain't got a star in it though.
7 coins, 20 coins.
Jesus Christ.
I'm rich.
Let's get a big number here.
Remember
Say
that?
You can't make those jokes, man.
Why? Because of Dave Chappelle reference?
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah.
I'm Rich
Did you just
James.
pick?
Yes.
I'm Rich James is so funny.
What do you think the crossover is? Well, actually, I think the Venn diagram of stat nerds and anime viewers is probably a circle.
There's no shot that the highest major by anime consumption is not computer science.
Oh, I mean,
Or
that's pretty
Japanese. Japanese might
Oh,
also
yeah, right.
be number one. Now that I think about it. CS major, Japanese minor. Holy cow.
That's it, dude. That's the formula.
It really took me a second to parse this message. You can't say Japanese minor around a CS major. I had to really stare at it for a minute.
Damn.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Out of pocket.
You know what's interesting is learning that like lava is really hot, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's like actually not as hot as you think it is.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Like you can.
Yeah, like if you can't touch lava, you're a bitch.
I didn't say that.
I heard you say that.
I could get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you could be in the presence of lava and not be like burned to death. Like what? I guess my thing is, if you asked me as a kid, what's hotter, fire or lava? I would be like, obviously lava. It's the hottest thing ever. But as an adult, I'm like, I'm not so sure, man. I'm honestly not so sure. You think it's lava?
Yeah.
There's got to be flames that are hotter.
I think it's got to be fire. I would go
towards
towards
fire.
fire.
But I'm sure you could burn things.
Am I fucking losing my mind? You guys aren't serious.
Maybe, I don't know.
I guess now that I
gets
think about
really
it,
hot.
when
Fire
lava
gets real hot.
when lava goes over like the ground, it lights it on fire, which if fire was hotter than lava, that doesn't seem to make sense to me thermodynamically.
Fire, we're not talking about like a campfire. We're talking about like cranking the heat up to blue.
Wait, no one established that.
I was
Fire
thinking like
just
per capita.
Yeah, why not?
What does that fucking mean? I'm just saying, if there's like a campfire and lava, I'm sticking my hand in the campfire, not the lava.
Yeah. No doubt.
Sure.
I think that like fire is to like the range of
that's
that fire can represent is extreme.
But that's because fire is air and lava is sticky. So like
thermite burns twice as hot as lava, apparently. So correct.
Damn, we're lucky we don't have like thermite volcanoes.
You can't say is fire hotter than lava and be like, oh no, I actually meant thermite though. Like that's not fair.
I'm dumb. I'll take the dumb allegations.
I'm exempt from that because I straight up said.
God damn.
Every revelation that has transformed science has started with some motherfucker asking a dumbass question. Because like for every 10,000 dumbass questions where the answer is exactly what you think it would be, there's one where it's like, actually, it fucking turns out ice is hotter than heat.
I think that's where we should land on this.
You could get burned. You can actually get worse burns from cold stuff than from hot stuff.
Lava's scary because it's like an napalm. Like that shit'll just stick to you.
Yeah.
That's where lava's terrifying.
Sticking to you is not the thing you should be concerned about.
It definitely is.
If
You
the
like
human
jump through a
body
fire,
comes
you
into
can't jump into a
contact-
pool of lava and jump out.
What?
He's right.
No,
He's right on that one.
No, if you jump into lava, you literally explode.
No shot, man. No
yes,
shot.
you do. The water
you
in your
don't.
body superheats and you literally fucking explode.
You don't explode.
I gotta see this.
Look it up, motherfucker. Look it up.
If they do manage to convict Luigi, can we at least take him out that way so we can learn something and put this to rest? Like a one last myth buster?
The extreme heat would probably burn your lungs and cause your organs to fail.
Yeah. Well, you die. I think
the water in the body would probably boil to steam.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Exactly. And what happens
You're
when
dead
you make
so
a bunch
much
of
more.
water?
So much longer before you explode. You're not gonna explode. You're just gonna melt in there and give a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Terminator
That's how
style.
I want to go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is I saw a video and people threw a bunch of it was like a pig carcass or like a bag of pig meat into a big old volcano and that shit exploded.
Okay, there's a niche for everything.
Bag of pig meat.
I'm just saying.
Bag of pig meat.
That's sick, man. They threw it into a volcano, like fucking Denethor style, son of Vorothor.
It's on YouTube. People look at it.
I think the presidency should be decided via Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel.
You don't want that.
All right.
You sure?
That's how you end up with a libertarian administration for like a century straight.
Got at least a few comp sci majors in there, all right?
Oh, it's the libertarians.
I guess, yeah.
Well, I don't know.
It's another circle.
I feel like the older programmers are more likely to go libertarian, and the new programmers are like straight up communist.
Or
I
anarchist.
thought you were gonna say fascist.
Well, that's the Doge guys, but they're honestly they're getting pretty old now. What are they, like 22?
I think if you
they're
live
ancient.
in LA and that's your major, you're probably evil. But,
If you
like
live in LA and
California
you're in
and
computer science,
yeah, or not even just LA. Just I think if you're on the West Coast and into computer science, there's a good chance you're doing evil.
I guess the odds are against you, probably.
Yeah,
I'm not going in on that. I do think you probably work for an evil company though, but I think a lot of them want to do good.
I'm not saying all of them. Just like a good chunk, you know.
And I think the odds are against you is a fair assessment. Doesn't mean that you all are. Yum, yum, yum.
But there's a part of you that's like, this tariff shit is too far. But if it eliminates the income tax completely, I'm not saying you're saying this is good for the country, but there's a little piece of you that's like, this is going to make Q1 a little less stressful for me from the bookkeeping standpoint.
Well, yeah, 'cause I'm not going to be buying anything because I'm broke, man.
Just a little piece of you is going to be like, I don't have to fill out the form anymore.
No,
Bro,
I'm
as
still
soon
gonna
as
have to fill out the fucking form. What fantasy are you living in?
1 to 2% of you is going to be like, I don't have to send a bunch of PDFs. 1 to 2% of you.
Once you start thinking about life in quarters, you're fucked.
I'm getting I was cutting it down to the single percent on that one.
Dude, you are like rapidly moving to the front of the line.
Oh, dude!
Marching his way through to the guillotine.
I don't live in your country.
You were working so hard and you just wiped away so much effort. You just tear up your own appearance. Like,
It's good to tear off yourself. It's bad to tear off other people.
I guess.
you kind of are terrifying other people right now. You're like, you guys are on board with this, right? Like,
I guess I'm hitting you with like a moral tariff.
You're
I'm like, if you want to talk to me,
emotionally
you have to admit to being 10% evil.
Ryan is so bad at this game.
I'm not bad at this. I'm easily led astray by bad actors.
No, what? Fuck you. It's always me with you on this one.
And that's why then I lose every time, and then it's my fault somehow.
Yeah, it's your fault. That's why. When I play with other people, we kill it.
Okay, let me choose where you go.
Yeah.
You go to your left.
I like it.
More.
I like
That's pretty good.
All right, I gotta go to my right a little. Oh, fuck. You fucked it, man. Look at this. It's like 58, 42.
That was so wrong.
You fucked that one.
Okay,
That was
let
all-
me.
you
Here.
fucking-
I got this one. I got this one. No, it's not that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's the,
Locked in.
yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
A
Oh,
little more on the
bad.
left than on the right. Yeah.
See, you know why we do so bad? Because I let you take the wheel.
Fuck that. No,
Yeah,
because I
Justin,
never
you do-
take the
Justin,
lead.
you
I'm
do this
always a
one. Justin,
follower.
You do this one, Justin.
No, I'm gonna do this one. I'm
This
gonna
one's
do this
weird
one.
and fucked
No,
up. though.
no way, Baer. There's look how much extras on the.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Actually, yeah, we gotta cut a little. Yeah, no. You know what? Maybe.
You all laughed. Man. Oh!
wow!
Oh! I fucking told you, bitch!
Oh my god!
I'm a fucking god!
No!
You gotta let me drive, man!
Yeah, I did good on mine too.
That was ours! We were both wiggling on it.
Nah, we were wiggling. We were both
352s?
wiggling on it for sure.
Oh, they all doubt it's the same with the shapes, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
I still doubt you is the thing.
One day a compilation's gonna come out and it's gonna be like NL's like second best on the shapes. I'm not gonna say best.
Well, it's just like you cut that one 50-50, but when you left the screen, you were yelling at each other like it was 60-40. So you didn't fucking know how good it was.
Act weak, stay strong. Apollo, you strike me as an ectomorph.
That I could not. You could give me 100 guesses.
Bear,
gonna be a
you
bad
strike
definition.
me as an endomorph.
Can I ask for it in a sentence, please? Can you use it in a sentence? Can I get the
I
dictionary
did just
definition?
Sounds like a no.
I did just use it in a sentence, just to be clear. My sentence was Apollo, you strike me as an ectomorph.
I'll Google it then.
Does that mean he doesn't have a spine?
No, that's
Ectomorph. Do you not? I heard you
that's
typing.
yellow bellied.
A body type characterized by lean, tall, and slender build with a fast metabolism. Okay, so you called me tall and skinny. Sure.
Endomorphic.
No, he says you strike him as that. It doesn't necessarily mean you are that.
It might not be true.
Multiple times.
Give that vibe.
Bear, you strike me as mesomorphic.
Now I gotta Google shit.
Don't comment on me. I don't-
Justin, Bratty,
no, I
Bratty
feel like-
sub. Justin Bratty sub.
What'd you say? Did you call me a bratty sub? it just really registered.
Justin seems like more of an agreeable sub, you know?
Yeah, I can see that.
Laissez-faire type of lover.
That'll probably make me come, sure. Whatever.
I mean, that doesn't honestly. That sounds kind of like a bad thing.
Bratty sub or mesomorph?
No, I'm saying like being agreeable is it, but being passive about it. That seems
Ryan, you
Passive agreeable.
it seems
strike me
problematic.
as
You
a
know.
plantigrade kind of guy, you know, Ryan?
I'll look that up. I love learning shit. A type of locomotion in which the entire sole of the foot touches the ground while walking. You motherfucker.
Oh man. Oh,
You fucking got me, dude. That's so
got
sick.
him. Oh no.
That's fucking sick.
That's brutal. That's a deep dig, dude.
Damn.
Damn, that's crazy.
You know, when you buy a fursuit, depending on who you buy it from, you have to distinguish whether or not you want digidegrade or plantigrade.
Oh.
New turn.
Fun fact.
Humor
That
can
fact's fun.
come from a variety
That's
of sources, man.
Yeah.
That's an impressive level of detail.
Yep.
Well, you don't want to be a fucking velociraptor. All of a sudden, you're walking
I-
around plantigrade like a fucking psycho.
Y'all detected that fart, right? That was, I think we got
Did you hear
we
that
got
part? I
malformed.
heard that. Yeah. I didn't
Oh,
wanna
it's
say
mouth.
I thought it was
We got
fake
malformed. Yep.
Oh.
I could smell it now. Oh, Jesus.
Dude, I'm just waiting for one of us to actually start openly farting into the microphone. And I think it's going to be like, I think once someone breaks the watershed, it's going to be a flood.
Once someone breaks wind, come on, man.
Well, like when it's not getting unbroken, let's put it that way.
No, I think there's already plenty of farting streamers.
I think
Are there?
it'd be so funny to wait till someone was saying something serious and then put your ass right against the mic and let one rip.
I mean,
But like I can't be the first guy to do it because for some reason, even though I can say it shouldn't be embarrassing to fart, the idea of farting into the mic strikes me as embarrassing. I don't think it's gross, by the way, because I think it's gross to fart in the vicinity of someone else because they can smell it. But it's not gross to play a fart sound on the microphone because the audience is like, "Ooh, I'm imagining what it smells like." Okay, get a life, man. Stop doing that.
What if it sounds really nasty though? Like, what if you go to fart in the mic and you like shit on it?
That's
There's
hilarious.
a bit of a risk there, yeah.
That's why people watch live entertainment. I even got one loaded, but I can't bring myself to do it.
Go for it, man. Send it.
No, I don't think you're better than that.
Oh, you meant a fart? I thought you
I'm
had, like, a
firmly in the
joke or
middle.
Something. I thought you were gonna hit us with like a
Only
dig.
5 turns left.
Home stretch.
He's gonna shit his pants.
I don't like how quiet he is. Yeah, I think he's about to shit his pants.
No, I muted to pretend to fart, but then I didn't fart. But what's funny is I do have to fart, so it's still in there.
Uh-oh.
So what I do is like a little magic trick. Like I misdirected. They're like, "Oh, farts on the screen 0," but they don't know I got one on my sleeve.
Yeah, you got one in the chamber.
Oh, I know what you need. Okay, guys, I just want to take this moment to like get real serious for a second and just like I appreciate you. Thanks for spending time with me, playing games together. Like these are big moments that we don't get as many of anymore.
It went away.
Oh no, dude!
It receded. It receded into the walls of the
Your fart
colon.
got scared.
Now I'm
man.
just a loser who tried to be endearing to his friends. God damn it!
I don't know what happened to it, man.
We'll find it later.
Oh, that's for sure.
He'll come back stronger than
That's for sure. You know what I love is when you see a chatter that you haven't seen in a while, but they're still doing the same bit you noticed them for like ages ago. I saw a message in my chat, "Come to Iceland," and I looked at the name and I said, "Damn, is that Iceland Fan 2K?"
Nice.
Yep.
It's been a long time. I remember
I'll never forget the
recognizing
day.
them.
Yeah, I'll never forget the day they told me, and I was like, I can't remember how it came up, but I was like, no, you know what? I'll come visit you someday. They were like, I've never been there.
Yeah. I was like, what? I don't know what it's like.
Blew my mind.
That's pretty terrific.
That's sick, man. But that's misrepresented.
Just a fan.
'cause you can't say "come to Iceland" if you don't live there. That's you're lying.
Well, I mean, maybe that's like Iceland's slogan.
They should be typing like, "You should visit Iceland someday." Would you ever visit Iceland?
How do you feel about Iceland?
The first time Fart Master came to my stream, he did the usual bit, then immediately DM'd me asking to be a mod.
Okay, that's.
Don't
give him mod
bound
powers.
in every chat that's not yours, Ryan. You gotta.
I appreciate the hustle.
The thing is, though, like,
he
if-
made an alt account and said, "Can you please unban Fartmaster in your chat?"
That's crazy.
and then we banned him too. So.
Damn.
Yeah, you shut it down quick.
Fartmaster has been completely chill in my chat and only says Fartmaster, and I respect that.
Yeah, that's strong. I like that.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, though, and I apologize if this hurts your feelings. Once you become a gimmick chatter, you can't parlay that into being a streamer. Like, you can't be Fartmaster18 and then go live and be like, "This is my Nuzlocke run."
I unfortunately have to fully agree with you on that. Yeah,
You gotta
that's
choose.
a hard rule for me.
You gotta choose. Wow!
Oh my god!
So, like, soft count, I'm at 101 stars.
Just to be clear, Ricky also says I have nothing but respect for Fartmaster.
Sure.
We're all pro Fartmaster here.
I'm not pro Fartmaster, but
Not
I think
except for
that
Pop.
there has to be someone on the other side, or it's not fun.
I
No,
agree.
that's fair.
I agree. I couldn't
Here's
agree
the thing,
more,
though,
actually.
and this is legit though. Like a gimmick chatter in a chat full of 15,000 people is different than a gimmick chatter in a chat full of like 500 people.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Like, if you're in, like, a-
that goes off the screen real fast when you got lots of chat messages.
If you're like a 6-viewer streamer, you would hate to have Fart Master 18.
You not want Fart Master.
Yeah, you'd be like insanely in your head. Like only one person talks and they just say their name.
What do you guys think? Would you 100 guys could do a lot of damage, but a gorilla's like really strong. 8 messages, Fart Master 18, Fart Master 18. Oh fuck.
I've told this story before, but I'll never forget. Like, this is like Justin TV Twitch days, while both still existed. I'm playing Isaac, and I just had dental work done, and my stream title was ever play not Isaac, I was playing Meat Boy. And it was called, you ever play Meat Boy on Weed? And there's someone in the chat just asking like, what's weed like? And I'm like, oh, it's so sick, it's awesome. Like, then I click on their profile after the stream, and it's them fucking coloring with crayons, because they were like like a 7-year-old child.
Oh my god.
And I like didn't stream for weeks after that. It really got,
man.
they were my only chatter the whole day.
Oh shit.
Holy cow, that's
It was
funny.
unreal.
I need a massive comeback.
What? Roll the fucking tapes on that one, man.
that did not look
Are
right.
you fucking kidding me?
Throwing coins at these guys.
I'm watching the exit angle.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
No! Damn it.
How am I
Damn
getting
it.
fucking thrown back like
Ow.
that? It's
Come on. Oh.
Oh my god!
Holy shit, dude.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Oh,
That's insane.
holy cow.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The mini games today have been ridiculous.
bro. If that fucking robbery wouldn't have happened, I would have fucking won, man.
Oh.
Oh,
Unfucking real.
That's crazy.
Wait, why is this shit on sale?
what inflation, bro? Pretty privilege.
Oh, cause of fucking Daisy. Oh my god.
Oof.
We gotta stop this guy.
He's going crazy now.
Alright.
Where do you think he went?
Where'd you go, Ryan?
Am I gonna
You
tell
don't
you?
have to say if you don't want.
I'm
You're
not
not
gonna
gonna
tell
tell
you.
me?
I'm
Alright,
gonna go.
I'm gonna go this one.
I went green.
Oh, I know I didn't get hit once.
Oh.
Oh, you were saying?
Okay, 1 for 1. That's okay. Good call, good call.
Okay, so now it's probably gonna be that one.
I think Ryan got me. That was way too confident of a pick.
I know, you're green. You're green.
Oh, never mind. We're chill.
Oh, shit.
Oh boy.
fuck.
That's not good.
None of y'all?
Not on me.
Damn.
Not a single one of me. Well, now we gotta coordinate a little bit, right? Or not.
I mean, it'd be so impressive.
Well, you got one.
Oh, fuck no.
Oh,
Yeah!
let's go.
I knew you were going there. Because you'd been blue. You were going to go back for a cheeky blue. You went pink. And then you went pink when I thought you went green. You're never going to go green because you know that I'm going to guess that you're going to go to the one that I just got wrong.
He double reverse backed you, dude.
Yeah. I had you. There was only one option. Once you did the math, there was only one option.
There's only one choice.
2 turns left.
He's being quiet, which means I had it right 100%. Right down to the
I
methodology.
lost the game. So
I thought it was maybe
He
queuing up
lost
a
the
part.
game! No! Gotta try. Just in case. Wait, no. So can I tell you where my head went?
Sure,
It went,
guess.
what if I stole 19 coins?
Yeah, and then you
I could
thought you'd be able
steal
to do
2
it twice.
stars.
I got terrible.
I really
names
like.
together.
I have so much respect for you that I was like, oh, I'm clearly misunderstanding this because he's got another level to seeing.
It is crazy to do that and then to pick me to steal from.
Excuse me, I
That's
picked random.
random.
Well, I guess that's the same thing as picking me. You know what I mean? Like,
No, well,
okay,
clearly
this is,
not.
Oh boy.
This is where random sucks.
Yeah.
I feel like
on, man.
fiber is
Like,
one of
let
those
me
things
have
I
one
definitely
star.
got.
No, I'm
Like,
trying to
this is
win
such a
here.
fucked up thing to do.
I mean, it's probably just gonna be
It
back
could be
to normal.
anything.
Yeah, you never know. That's
Yeah,
what's hilarious
anything.
about
It
this
could be
item is it costs
anything.
like
It was
20
a coin
coins and
flip.
it doesn't have a guaranteed value
It
at
is
all.
so ass.
All I can do is get a 1 here. That's all the magic can be.
Exchange space, here it comes. Knew it.
You gotta be fucking
Knew it,
kidding
dude.
me.
My God.
There he goes.
Oh shit!
And I can only value if I do star swap. I'm the only one who can get value from it. I can't give anyone else a star.
Oh boy.
Holy moly!
This
What
is
a
crazy.
fucking
Here comes
run, man.
the 3-coin trade.
Would it fuck the earth if they made an extra hour, like between 1 and 2 a.m., or they just like went
my
back
God.
to 1 a.m. when 2 a.m. hit every night, so you could get 1 extra hour of sleep?
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God, dude.
That's crazy.
I'm not playing this game with Apollo anymore.
You gotta roll. It's a fucked up game of Mario Party, man.
Yeah, it did some zigzagging. Let's see what the bonies are.
Oh, I
Don't
don't know.
know, man. Don't
I think
know.
that's me.
I think I used a lot of items. Yeah.
Nice. I mean, fuck you. I forgot I wasn't
Yeah,
having
I guess I had a few turns with no items.
Oh no!
I think that's you,
too.
man. No!
No.
Me?
Come on, dude. I spend the first 10 turns rolling less than a 5. I still don't get that?
That's crazy.
Made up for it.
I win the game with that?
Yes.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. It's been a while.
Nice,
How
dude.
shocked he is.
Monty Mole.
Congratulations.
We can bear belly slap from Monty Mole.
I did roll a couple ones there.
Still me
at
in
the end.
spirit.
Whose craft goes down the most? I think it's green. I got a
Yeah,
Game
probably.
Award.
Jesus
That
Christ.
that has to be by like one mini game.
It is by one
minigame.
mini game.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Great game.
Great games. Later, gents.
Yeah.
Later.
See you, dudes.
Good news. Chiblee replied, "North Hemisphere summer. I'm trying to make moves." I love that. He's got that. He's got a good attitude, man. I'm glad I don't have a friend group where like everybody's like a let's link and build this summer guy. But we do need like one guy. We need one ambitious guy that can like drag the rest of us. Any plans for tomorrow? Yup. Bike and stream. Do you think I'm gonna get the MCA'd for this lava chicken? It hasn't even really started yet. Chicken jockey. Oh, chicken. Steve's lava chicken, man, it's tasty as hell. Ooh, mamacita, now you're ringing the bell. Now we're talking, man. Chicken jockey, it's so good, dude. See you tomorrow. Later. Early shovel. And early sledge, man. Down in the mine, all of the time. Laughing out in the sun, having some fun. Laughing. La 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 lava, chicken. Put it in your mouth, my man, it's tasty as hell. And it's on the number, it's a chicken attack. Down in the mine, all of the time. Laughing out in the sun, having some fun. Laughing. I am placing blocks and shit cause I'm in fucking Minecraft. I am placing blocks and shit cause I'm in fucking Minecraft. I am placing blocks and shit cause I'm in fucking Minecraft. I am placing blocks and shit cause I'm in